I think so. You definitely. Bro.
Yeah. You have guarantees. You try and play Eidolon. Mark.
Right.
Rolls. Oh yeah. Midland matchup. 11-7 to
OD
the
is
4-1.
whopping him. Facehugger is getting absolutely destroyed by Moon right now. This is disastrous.
First blood.
Moon plays
Thanks
for the
and have
OD.
fun.
Meanwhile,
You were right. You called it.
it's because they've been getting these pulls off. Keeping the lane way further ahead than you would expect. He even de-warded the small camp now. So this Legion's lane is open. I am really surprised.
Yeah, it's only a level 2 spear breaker. Still.
They might just kill her again if she's not careful. Really want to go for this kill.
He does have press the attack, but LC has a lot of mana issues early on, so can't sustain the pressure from overwhelming odds and spamming press the attack. Boogie taking a lot of damage.
Can't
but
get the bash.
Yeah, a little unlucky there. Sure, he'll make up for it later. Still want to watch this mid lane though. Moon about 2x up on Facehugger still.
Down bottom. Getting close here. Gets the bash this time. And the
One
orb of
more.
Venom slow.
Another bash will do it. Press the attack on cooldown. Overwhelming odds.
The 1-1-1 build. It's only 1 point to slay right now. It has another overwhelming odds too, so it's gotta watch out. Meanwhile, up top, they gotta pull back onto Whitemon. And the Oracle has
TP.
Oh, that's bad.
Bold. Probably dead either way. Hard to run away from the boars.
Yeah, but now he doesn't have TV back to lane.
Yeah. That's a good point. So you're better off just trying to run if you're guaranteed dead either way. That's bad news, Bears. Things falling apart quickly for Evos. 4 minutes and already nearly 3K net worth. Dude. Bruh, they are getting destroyed. This is one of these mids where one side has as many denies as the other does last hits, and some of these are like Stater banishers, you know? They ain't a big creep.
You are not wrong. There's a womp in here from Mineski. They're done. They woke up today and they said, guys, this has to be our day. We gotta win everything.
Yeah. The reality set in. It will not be TI without Mineski. We need to party on and win some games. And they're coming out of the gate swinging. I like this. Day 2 of the regionals. A do or die day for many of these teams.
This is a lot of punish for. So whenever he rotates out, they need to instantly get a tower and a couple of team fights.
I hear a bash. I hear 2 bashes. The Boogie on his way in, looking for these bounty runes. 5 minutes now on the dot. Looks like this will go to Evos, maybe. Yep, picked up by a Veal. Now they're trying to make it back. It's a pretty big overwhelming odds. The Boogie might have bit off more than he can chew with this one. Eidolon's laying into him. He will fall. A Veal getting low now, but Nico Baby also taking a lot of right clicks. Wants to grab this bounty rune and will find it. Up top, looks like Raging Potato got 1 and both. So 3 runes do go the way of Mineski.
There's 7 for them. Only keeping tabs on the Bimbo will get the pull into that stacked tire camp. There's no axes or anything those out from your Beastmasters. He gets going on here, KP.
I don't know. The Beastmaster's pretty tanky in these early levels. Here? Not the hero you want to man up with is a Slark. Also, KP does have an Orb of Venom as well as this Bastilius, so
good
some
ward.
extra slow in there.
Mid lane, Ninja Boogie just walks up the ramp, got that ward down. Spotted Facehugger coming back, but I don't think Facehugger had the vision here, so he's not going to know that all his units are watching. They're going for the dive.
Here comes the charge. Into the tree line. It's only a 5 Kunkka.
Moon might be out on this. Enigma's rotating through.
That's sort of an unlucky bash from Ninja Boogie. Knocks him further out of the trees. X marks the spot. Going to pull him back. Now the charge across.
Oh, he canceled though.
Kind of peculiar. Bulldozer the other way. Remember, it is purgeable, so Oracle does counter the bulldoze. Compliments of that Q on the Fortune's End. Secures the kill on the breaker. Meanwhile, big kill onto the Wonder Kid. And in the bottom lane, okay, Veal's going to be fine. But they pressure the Slark, knowing that those rotations happen mid. So in the end, a worthy sacrifice from one Ninja Boogie.
Exactly. Getting in there, forcing rotations, and then just kill the Slark. He's now 4 1/4.
And now he's got a double damage. Man, I love that we're entering a meta where Spirit Breaker is good again. He's one of my favorite heroes, Trent. I just want to play some pubs after this.
He does seem pretty strong at the moment. That status resistance is likely going to get nerfed, so you better get on those games.
All right, bud.
I would say before TI.
Let's chug some monsters and play some games.
Look at the angle he's coming in at for a Veal.
Perfectly done. Double damage. Going to make it an easy one. Wants to give this to Nico, baby. Okay, maybe he doesn't.
I don't think he did.
I thought he was going to wait, but he gave him the lantern. That was the business.
The Spirit Breaker life, position 5 is pretty expensive. You got to start with the Orb of Venom.
It's true.
You need your boots as soon as possible. You got to buy all the smokes.
You are one of the 5s that your team lets you get away with this greed. You know, look at his inventory right now. That's a Spirit Breaker thing. At least it's 7 minutes. But hey, if you're getting those kind of kills, your team's thanking you for it. You're going to buy boots, and they're going to thank you for it. Now Vlaku, manning up against the Boogie. Black Hole on one. The Boogie has made a mistake. There is a fight happening up top, and they will go 1 for 1. It looks like KP 4 in your dream. Bimbo
the rotation
makes it out.
Too.
Oh, and now Nico comes in and cleans up Vlaku.
Jeez, we're up, down, all over the map.
10 kills in 8 minutes, all over the place. But I think the Slark is really the one that got punished the most out of all this. He's going to run back to lane rather than TP. He's level 4, 1,500 net worth.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Look at those are 3 cores.
Yeah. I mean, I think KP is happy to trade like that. He gets the kill first. He comes right back to lane. He's farming. Creeps are at his tower.
The richest Dire hero is the jungle Enigma.
Dire's middle tower is in the wrong end of business.
That's the status of their game right now. It kind of feels like you just don't have a game plan. They need some serious dives to go poorly here from Mineski.
Yeah, this feels like the dark side of the Enigma. You know, when you hear people say Enigma picks can be very greedy, this is sort of it. When your lanes are losing, I mean, what's Enigma going to do? All he can do is keep farming in the jungle and pop out on the break point when he gets the mech or can push a tower or something. But imagine if this was a quote, real support.
Yeah, and right now, sending the Hawk in behind the tower here.
He's not
Gonna be a dive onto the Wonder Kid, charge from the Spirit Breaker. He's still only level 5. Double boars are out. A big dive. A Veal on his way in, perhaps looking for a duel, but Moon just drops the hammer, brings down 1, 2, and 3. Easy dive from Mineski. Now all 5 in the top lane. That is a maxed out boar, by the way, so not getting away from him.
That is how you start your day here for Mineski.
This is
crawl back. They're clawing.
A proper shellac in here. Face hugger now in the mid, charged by the Boogs. Torrent off the mark. Moon with some right clicks sets up another banish. I don't think this is a kill.
Dire's top tower was utterly destroyed.
But Kunkka completely repelled.
I mean, they have the vision on him. He has the charge, but he doesn't have his tome quite yet. I mean, just at 10 minutes.
They don't kill him, but his TP's on cooldown. So making the Kunkka walk back to well and then walk back to lane at 10 minutes is pretty good. And of course, it opens up the bounties. This should be 4 bounties going the way of Mineski.
Lane.
Yeah. Although Evos got 1, but they will find White Mon. Oh, Vlaku got 2. Okay, at least they'll go even on the bounties. I spoke too soon.
He charged back
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Gotcha. All right, well, that's something. Not much, but that's something. 7K net worth at 10.5 minutes.
When he walks up here, he might see this ward as well. He's do the loop. Oh, he's doing the loop. You already have a sentry down, dog.
Yeah.
Why'd he drop another one?
Just covering his bases here. Charge away, interrupted by the Malefice. Boogie. That stun does nothing. 70% reduction. Okay, 58, but soon to be 70. Picks up his Tome of Knowledge. That'll get another strike. He is a rich 5 right now.
You know who's not? Press F first. Pour one out for your buddy.
And look at this right here, dude. They're just letting him rack up some interest. This is the ultimate greedy play from Mineski.
Well, especially because they've been under a dire ward, I believe, until they just expired.
Look at the value. They got an extra minute out of it.
Tower is under attack.
Still another one.
Yeah, they might let it go till 12.
Have fortified their structures.
You guys are crazy.
Let's see the fat interest here, boys.
They're hoarding gold. Nico Baby's just like, yeah, I'm spending my bottle. I'll come back for it later.
Like, I was playing Dragon Hoarder last night. I heard you do more damage. Now, wouldn't that be a cool mechanic in Dota? Let Dragon Knight do more damage based on the amount of gold he has.
We're gonna set up on the KP here.
Are they actually gonna find this kill? It seems so. Primal Roar comes out. He doesn't really have much support nearby. KP on the run. They let him go. What? How did they not finish that kill? Getting healed up by the Purifying Flames now. Makes enough space for the rest of his team to get in here. Blakeu does have a black hole, but now in big trouble. Low, but gets it on 3. Where's the follow-up? They're going to bring Moon low, but he still gets off the ult. Stolen black hole back the other way. Slark down for sure, and they'll find one more on the Kunkka. Meanwhile, the rest of the team's already fallen. It's a 1 for 5. Full teams down.
That was almost a disaster.
A nasty situation.
Beautiful 3-man black hole from Blakeu. He had to go for some sort of play there to try and save this game for his team, but not enough damage inside, just able to bring down the OD, and not until after the Sandy's clip was already dropped down here. Mineski gonna keep on rolling with his Ring Terror.
And this is definitely, as we've mentioned, why Rubik considered at this point a hard counter to Enigma in so many ways. Spell Steal, even if you don't use it to interrupt the black hole, it's an incredible play. You take away so much power of this Enigma. Now behind the tier 2 up top, Oracle going to be the first to fall. And maybe another dive. Facehugger drops his combo, pulls it in onto KP, but that Beastmaster, he's big. Not big enough. As the Wonder Kid jumps in, secures the kill. More support inbound. Cooldowns limited for the Dire. With Oracle dead, we might see Mineski try to make a play, but they will just back up.
And almost getting the Spirit Breaker, almost even catching two. Oh, they do get him with the X this time, but again, only almost. Nice use of the Sleight of Fist there.
It's an Ember Spirit. He does have a double damage, so he is tempted. We see the charge onto Facehugger, and take a look. Oh, not going to touch Radiant Vision. My hotkeys are unbound. Almost did it. Mid lane though, Moon, unrelenting pressure.
They have the X here as well, but not.
I like the way they're playing it too, where they're not just running at them and forcing fights. They're kind of faking it, you know, like they're doing these charges. Sometimes they commit, sometimes they cancel. It's just constantly keeping Evos on their toes. Blakeu so close to this Shrine, will survive long enough to make it. Shrine has not been popped yet. There it is. Blakeu gets healed up, and he's good.
Ninja Boogie gets X. They might get a kill out of this. Duel? Duel? No, Veal can't get in there in time.
Still a pick-me-up, but again, it's only on the position 5. So of all these targets, Spirit Breaker, very low net worth. 2 Bracers boots, some great value items here.
Is on its way further down.
Top now, near the wave, but forced back
Dire's
by
bottom
seeing
tower is under attack.
Wonder Kid looking for some drums to go with these phase boots.
What else can you do?
Yeah.
In order to recover on this hero, you pretty much need just phase drums and fight. Try and get to that defusal.
I think you have to. Part of me was wondering if he might try a Recovery Midas or something, but I think that's too big of an investment and probably not going to see dividends on that.
Look at that Hawk placement down bottom on the bounty room. That
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Nice.
It means that Observer Sentry combo can't catch in the but their Observer Ward will get instantly dewarded. Sentry down there.
Yeah, they will go 2 for 2 here on the bounties, but all 3 cores on Mineski. Top in the charts. Blink, Kaya on the OD. I like the way KP's itemizing, just picks up the Vlads, nice and beefy, gets some auras for the team. Classic build with the maxed out Inner Beast, no wild axes.
OD loves that.
He sure does, bud.
The best buff you can get on the hero.
Dire's bottom tower had a tragic end.
Setup here.
Oh, he's got Fortune's End. Okay, no black hole. Gonna go in onto a Veal still. Boat off the mark.
Nemo not going for any sort of steal there, just holding on to the press of the attack. Oh, sorry, it was on C. That makes way more. So he already has the press of the attack taken.
Nico, baby. charging in the back line, but remember, Vlaku does have hole. Another strike, press the attack to try and counter it, but Moon blinks forward. This Enigma in big trouble. Does get the false promise, will pop. Avil also goes down. Oracle not going to be able to save his good friend here. Down he goes, and they're going to continue diving forward. Oracle low on options, although an X maybe breaking things up a little bit. Buyback now from the Enigma. Ninja Boogie caught by the pounce of the Slark. However, he's your big boy, and they are not going to be able to finish him off.
And he really
Charge
just gets
away.
out of there again.
Is
I think Kunkka was short an X cooldown there. Sure was. So Mineski forced a buyback and don't really get punished at all.
Strengthen their structures.
I like how Bimbo was just running around the back line of that fight, holding that deck, constantly keeping his allies moving. Already talked about the attack speed from the Beastmaster, but press the attack speed too. He can give up to a right now with a level 3 onto his disgusting amount.
Wow. That plus the Inner Beast is actually insane.
Ember's just getting essentially his, first item, his first big ticket item. Phase Drum's Maelstrom. And it's already felt so unstoppable.
Eco's played really well this game. 3-0-8. Putting on a lot of pressure.
Cross the T's and dot the I's, I think, for this one. Look to make sure they don't dive too deep. Currently, as you can see, what are we sitting at now?
Dire's middle tower is under fire.
I guess like 1.1 for Mineski, 1.05, something like that.
Radiant has reinforced their structures.
Probably 7 or 8 Xer on Evos.
Dire's middle tower is in the wrong end of business. Radiant's bottom tower is under
They
attack.
are in real bad shape here. Because it's not just that Mineski's far ahead, although we will see Ninja Boogie and the Wonder Kid go blow for blow. Status resistance is cool, and the Bulldozer just backs up.
Shibuya. It's a 9Xer.
All right, 1.019. I even undershot it. I said 1.05. 1.01. Honestly, I think that's appropriate because it's not just that they're ahead. They have this draft where they can really punish hard. Right, the 5-man is so strong, and they've probably got the late game advantage in this game. OD Ember, you're scaling well. Rubik as well.
In all fairness, is there a comeback chance? I mean, there is a comeback chance, of course.
Black Hole.
We've seen crazier games. Even just this qualifier, feels like.
Actually, yeah, there probably have been 1 or 2, but this one's pretty bad.
This one looks like it's...
We're 9K at 18 minutes. They're going to grab Roche.
Yeah.
I think it's the heroes. We've seen bigger leads thrown, perhaps, maybe even a lead this early on. But hero-wise, I'm just not seeing it. If they didn't have a Rubik, I think I'd be more confident that this Enigma could get a Blink Dagger and maybe find a game-changing black hole. All of a sudden, this Slark gets some momentum, and we've got a real game on our hands. But it's not even just the Rubik either. You've got Beastmaster. You've got this OD who, if he's not caught, is going to have an Astral available.
And again, it's Nana coming in here.
Kind of
Puts
feels
the Astral down. He pings back to the other side of the X. He says, oh, he got him in time. He's ready as the X was ending.
Now, Facehugger will take the false promise.
He's taking damage. Another Astral. They might still need to follow up on him. He won't be quite dead.
Whoa, big damage onto the OD. That's going to be the end of the Aegis. Drops the ult and almost kills Slark before he comes back. On the backside, Wonder Kid is on the run. They do kill Whitemon. I think Slark is likely to live here in the tree line. They're pinging it out. They have an idea of where he is. And now they'll find him.
Another Hawk in 5 seconds.
No ult, no Shadow Blade. He should be dead here.
Nice block from Nico, baby. Stop the pounce onto the high ground there. Positioning.
So Aegis for 2. A little bit sloppy from Mineski. I guess seeing a little sign of life out of Evos there that they could kill the Aegis so easily. But now they are going to miss out on these bounties. And this should be all 4 to Mineski again as the Dire are locked completely in their base.
All right, so you get drawn back by a Slark, but anyway, it's boundary in time, so it's okay. And they can approach the high ground at their leisure. They might want to play it safe. It is best of ones. Perhaps close out these tier 2s and then just start chipping away at the tier 3s. They're practically at the point where they can just dive in.
Yeah, I think so too.
On top, they're diving.
Speaking of Facehugger, press your attack.
Wow, safety plays here. Watching out for that high ground black hole. You know, if the Rubik can't
Dyer's
see you.
bottom tower is on its way further down.
There you go.
That is the thing.
The math checks out.
Fusel Blade, not far off. Honestly, in your dream.
Dyer's bottom tower lies
say Shadow
in
Blade?
ruins.
Fusel Blade. I thought I messed up my blades there.
No.
You have, in fact. It's the same thing with the accent. I've made fun of you so much that now it just happens accidentally. I hear myself saying car and go, why did I do that? I know I can say car, and I just chose not to subconsciously. All right. Radiant about to park it in the Dyer's base.
Smoked up supports, just waiting.
Well, this isn't where I parked my car. BKB on Kunkka, 10 seconds. I don't think that's going to make a huge difference.
Feels like you need some more
They're having trouble killing people.
drastic items, bro.
Yeah. Wow, Nico looking at the Aghanim's. Only level 15. Well, Evos are going to stall things out. I mean, worst case, Mineski can certainly wait out next Roche. Gonna be a while. But, that's what I'm saying, worst case. Because in the meantime, Mineski have map control and can draw this line on the map here. Sort of the do not cross. They've got a good 80% map control.
Did you get Eilons? You did.
Ooh.
The Dyer's smoked because they're so close. Rubik should be dead here.
Cool. Follow up. Is there an astral save? Maybe not. KP drops the roar, and they will have the combo to bring down Bimbo. Nice pick.
Yeah. Wasted the roar, too. You can get out now and try and put some sentries down, D-war with their Slark.
Honestly, good. Honestly. I mean, honestly. Now they're going to find Vengeance. Jump in onto Blaku. He gets destroyed. The BKB from Facehugger is on. That'll buy him some time, but the right click starting to add up. Whitemon forced to false promise himself. Now Avil on the run. They're charging in, and they will find him. Facehugger, no more magic immunity, and oh my, Whitemon, he just explodes. Their whole team.
It's funny how the games go, isn't it? Where you're like, okay, this is our moment. We can get out. We'll get a kill. Something will go our way. And suddenly you go, oh, but we used the lost spells for that. Oh, they just jumped our Enigma.
Oh, wait.
We lost, guys. We left the high ground.
Oh, wait, we used everything to kill their position 4.
Dyer's middle
yeah.
getting it.
You know, are you with me on this first pick? Enigma feels a little bit maybe not great. I'm not saying Enigma's a bad hero, but we're starting to see this pattern now where teams that just go, yeah, first pick Enigma, he's good, and then they leave some of the counters in. It feels like 4.5 heroes versus 4 in this.
You need to be more, you have to have better lanes.
Or 4.5 versus 5.
You can't lose 3 lanes and have an Enigma in the jungle.
Yes.
So it's harder for the Enigma first overall because that means you're not going to have 10 picks. That means you're probably going to lose your mid. So that means you need to pick a stronger save lane.
Top barracks have fallen.
Because the Enigma is not going to be helping out your mid laner. The other, or the off laner rather. The other option is that you put the Enigma in the same lane as the Slark.
Oh,
right? You put
yeah,
the
yeah.
Slark in the off lane so that it's pulling back so the Slark's getting some farm. And then you need a better solo hero. Like, why wasn't Legion just top then? And grinding it out that way and having the worst lane. And you have a support plus Slark in the bottom lane with the advantage of always coming your direction.
And it's also strange because, as we said, they didn't really ban out any of the heroes that people like against Enigma after first picking it. And, well, Blaku, speak of the devil, just gets jumped on in his own jungle. Looking for more as they find the Slark. Does not have the ulti. And the Wonder Kid will be put 6 feet under. No buyback available there. Primal Roar, as GG's called. Whitemon taps out. They're going to dive into the base, but Evos concede here. Their hopes to make it into the top 4 for playoffs now very grim as Mineski
You'd like to see the Korean servers go back up because it is such a great nation for esports. Korea is.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Of course, they are into that other MOBA. Not StarCraft, the other one, John. We won't talk about the name.
StarCraft's not a MOBA, Mike.
No, I
Come on.
know, John, but people may get confused because I'm saying Korea and esports, so they're automatically going to think StarCraft. What I'm talking about, John, is another MOBA that is essentially a copy of Dota, just way worse. Much more boring. If you enjoy seeing no kills, you can definitely view that on Twitch as well. Somewhere down the bottom on the list. You've got to keep scrolling. Anyway.
Oh boy. Oh man.
You know, I played that MOBA like once in my life, John.
Yeah?
Interesting experience.
Interesting experience.
That's
I think I
the
played
positive
it
thing I
once
can
as
say
well.
about it.
I think I played it once when I first went to Singapore. And one of my friends from my scholarship, one of my scholarship mates were like, hey, come on over to our flat. We'll play some, we'll get you playing League. And I played one game.
Ugh.
And I have no idea what happened. And I don't remember that night, Mike, and I'm fortunate enough to not remember.
Did you call the police? I mean, sounds like you got molested, John. It's disgusting.
Nah. It's unfortunate, but no. Like, I just had no recollection. Next thing I knew, I woke up, I was back in my dorm room. There was no evidence that the game was ever installed, so that was it for me.
Good. It's good to hear, John. I'm sorry that happened to you. Anyway, moving on. The game has started. Luckily, we have unpaused. Amplfy versus Jinesbrus. Again, this is the last chance for a team to try and take a game off Jinesbrus before the group stage ends. Of course, if they do not end up winning, Jinesbrus will be undefeated throughout the group stage. And what an interesting story to start off the TI9 run for them. Again, assuming they do make it. I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, John, but my God, they're looking good.
Mike, I want to
roam around. Yes.
I want to point out something. If you check out every single hero on Jinesbrus' side, nearly all of them have at least one tango for March. March has provided at least 5 tangos out this game, and he still has 4 left for himself. So what a generous guy March is.
He's kind of like the father of the group, right? Like just telling everyone to eat their vegetables, have some broccoli
30
kids,
seconds to
gotta
battle.
grow up big and strong. It is very nice though from March. Well played to you, sir. It looks like 23 Savage did not get one, so a bit unfortunate for him.
He's too young for the greens, Mike.
Yeah, that is true. He is only 17 years old, John. I know he was young. I didn't know exactly how young, but 17 years old and he's this darn good.
Yeah. He is really shining in these close qualifiers. He does go for level 1 Gale.
They will be able to get that banner in up at the top lane, and now Ryo actually starting to fall low, but he is taking down March quite easily, though. Here come the chains from Gunnar. Ryo being controlled now. They're going to try and go after Gunnar instead with the disruption. Looks like Savage not going to give up. He's going to have the Gale up in about 2 seconds, and they're going to continue this chase.
Oh, there you
Ryo
go.
does cop it. Meanwhile, March still making a run for it in the AA, and Ryo, can he juke this out? He is so far, though. Savage does not fall for these. And it looks like Ryo should be the first blood, and Savage will find it. Meanwhile, March will be able to get out of there safely, and he'll actually just return to the lane. He won't even go back to the base. A great start for Jinesbrus.
Definitely is. They could have went for 4 bounty runes instead of kills, but they figured out that 1 kill is more important than the additional rune. They still get ahead. 3 for 1, and first blood going their way. I'm sure Savage is not going to be minding that at all.
Not. Is Jo going to start blocking that small camp straight off the bat? You always see March, he always gets those pulls off and really controls the equilibrium of the lane for Savage, but with that block it should be a lot harder, although Ryo copping a hell of a lot of damage. They're going with the disruption though, and Savage will be forced to back a bit. Looks like he will be alright, but Ryo gonna have to be very wary of how much dot damage he does take from that Veno. Meanwhile though, we'll have a look at the other lanes. Of course, Carl is there on the Queen of Pain, and Gunnar will be there on the Ember. It does look like Carl has been very aggressive so far, dishing out quite a bit of harassment towards Gunnar, and has taken a pretty big lead. 8 last hits, 4 denies on him, 4 and 1 for Gunnar, so he's basically doubled the last hits so far, and again, Gunnar has burnt through quite a bit of regen already.
He did have to go for level 1 chains to secure those kills up top, which means he doesn't have any levels in Flame Guard just yet, and that is costing him this lane quite a fair bit. Again, he is behind the last hits. He can't play with a harass coming out from Carl, and it is hurting him here.
Yeah, he's really copping it now. Carl doesn't have the blink, so won't chase any further, but really gonna have to be careful until he does get that 3rd level, so he can get that shield up. Meanwhile, bot lane as well, you'll see Febby and Forev, they're going up against a Bat and BDZ on that Gyro IO, and Forev actually can start getting quite low, and a homing missile coming in, and Rocket Barrage as well, but they can't actually take him out. Meanwhile, Savage actually ended up going down at the bot lane, and it looks like they will be able to get a Bat out at the bot lane, so we'll be okay. Still though, a 1-for-1 now. Nice Fisher coming out. Forev though, won't really chase for it, but he does have the Swashbuckle available. Just leave it at that. So it looks like it's going to be one of those games where both teams just run at each other constantly, and that's really what we want to see, isn't it, John?
It definitely is. Oh, Gunnar.
Carl does end up finding it. He picked up a double damage rune and just had the level 1 blink, had the scream. Flame Guard still not available. He went for the level 2 Sleight of Fist, so he knew that he was going to be in danger going for that skill build, but it looks like he will opt for that, and he does pay for it in the end.
He definitely does. Again, Gunnar's not having the best time here. He does hit his level 4, so he has level 1 spell shield. It should be easy for the Queen of Pain to burn through that, though, at this point in the game. But it does give him a tool to at least clear out these waves just a bit better.
We should. So far, great start, though, from Amplfy. They're pretty much winning every single lane right now. Like, in terms of last hits, all 3 cores from the side of Amplfy are on top, and Jinesbrus, for the moment at least, are starting to fall a little bit behind. They'll see what they can do to catch up, but Amplfy, they definitely thought about this laning stage quite well. They're definitely showing it off here, right here and now, in this game number 1. Of course, I say game number 1, but it is a best of 1 series, so it's not like there's going to be a second game here. Why? Perhaps Amplfy just trying so hard to get this win. Carl in that quap, he will not stop with the aggression, just keeps jumping in. He has 3 null talismans up now. Gunnar, he wanted to go for that illusion rune, but Carl does have the blink anyway, so he would have beat him to it. Gunnar would rather just walk back, try to get some farm and XP while he can before Carl comes back into the lane. It does appear though, I mean, if this laning stage keeps up like this, I mean, Carl, he's probably going to have some greater momentum going into that mid game. Gunnar, I imagine, will have to try and get some catch-up farm going.
Yeah, he definitely will. He did go for level 3 Sleight of Fists at 5, so it's a 1-3-1 build for him. And we haven't seen that in a while. I don't think we've seen him do this in any single game we've covered of him. But this spells, dodging stuns out with those Sleights of Fists is just a bit easier. You pump out a bit more damage as well. I'm curious if he's going to be going for a physical build on December just because he went for this kind of skill build, but more than likely not. I don't think his itemization is going to be splitting off too hard. It's just the timing. Gunnar's farm is definitely not where it usually is. It's not up there right now, but we have seen him in this situation a couple of times before, and he does tend to at least find some catch-up in terms of pickoffs as the game goes on.
It looks like Jayo's rotated down in the mid lane now on the Shadow Demon, though he'll back off as well. Carl just jumps in onto Gunnar, has a Sonic Wave and just blows him up. He hit level 6 before Gunnar could. He's now 1 level ahead of the Ember. And Carl, that's going to be his 2nd kill of the game, and that's going to be the 2nd death of Gunnar's game. Again, Amplfy, just a great start coming out though. Top lane, Ryo gonna be in trouble. Looks like he will be controlled up enough. He's still trying to go into the tree line right now and try to juke them out. Though there's the Gale coming in. He'll throw a Hoof Stomp, a double edge up, but he understands he's dead. And so that's gonna make it a 3-2 now.
Yeah, you are starting to find that aggression coming out on this top lane. And again, with a core like Venomancer, when you go for the Venomous Gale focused build, at least a 2-1-2 kind of build, you can really pump out the damage early on. You have to watch out for how far you extend if you're laning up against Venom in this case.
Forev gonna be in trouble, though he still goes after a bat. Swashbuckle will be there and he gets himself out. Now Febby jumps in with the Fisher and it does connect on 2. That'll be the end of that. Forev gonna be forced to go to his shrine. Looks like they will do the same for a Bat and BDZ as well. Gunnar again getting very low. Carl should be able to find this, though he does have remnants this time around. So, oh, blinks in, but misses the scream, and now he gets chained up. They're going to try and punish Febby. He gets a Fisher off. Blink not going to be available, and Carl will end up going down. Gunner finds him. And he thought he was in the tree line, John. He actually ran towards the east side into the mid lane, and, well, he went for the blind blink, but it just did not work out.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Carl, but those were some good rotations forced out from Jinesbrus. They do find that kill. They do smoke up immediately as well. They're going to try to find something up top after popping their shrine. Yeah.
They still haven't got Ice Blast up yet on March. So it's like you'll see Gunner. He'll return back to the mid lane. He's still a bit behind in farm, so it's quite important he tries to catch up. Meanwhile, though, the two supports Jinesbrus, they will go up to the top, perhaps trying to get Ryo again on that Centaur. A matter of setting up. You get the Fisher off. Nice block coming out from Febby. Venomous Scale as well, but there's not going to be any follow-up. Looks like it was a bit of a warning shot coming out from Febby. Just letting him know they can roam around wherever. Meanwhile, mid lane again. Gunner going to end up going down. Carl just putting on a bit of a clinic here and does tip Gunner as well. Savage loves it. But Carl, I mean, this Queen of Pain, John, I'll bring up the net worth now. That 3.9k net worth at 8.5 minutes in. Febby comes in and loses half his HP pretty much immediately. I say half, it was more like 1/3, but
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
this concerns me here. I mean, Amplfy, they're doing so darn well in these lanes. They're going to have some crazy momentum into the mid game. Do you think with this draft, Jinesbrus can keep up once you hit that mid game?
Look, it's looking rough in the laning phase so far, and this is exactly what Amplfy needed to do, right? They needed the momentum on Carl this time around, mainly because your IO gyro combination is going to take its time. No matter what you want, the gyro will need some farm before it's going to be comfy going in these engagements, and Carl is there to pick up that slack. In fact, he's going in for Gunner again.
Yeah, he just loves going after this man. Of course, they know how dangerous he is on the Ember. And I feel like this is the right play coming out, although Fisher does come from Febby, but he doesn't get the block off. Still, blink back in, Gunner, slide a fist, but he will not dodge the scream, and now just going to try and run away. They know exactly where his remnant is. Carl just waiting for that blink to be back up. He has another scream available. Gunner. Carl just kind of trying to bait him out, and yeah, he does. Remnant is there, although he misses the scream once again. Carl, now he gets blocked in, and this is going to cost him forever. He's there as well, but he has a Stampede available and does get away for the moment. Now the blink away as well. Meanwhile, March went down to Ryo up at that top lane on the AA. So again, Amplfy finding the best out of the situations that they get. Ryo will just go ahead and TP straight back towards his tier 1 tower, and well, I thought he was going to shrine up, but it's not quite available. So Carl going to get healed up by the Ion. They're going to jump in straight after March, but now 23 Savage is there, and the Rolling Thunder, that blink is going to cost the Queen of Pain quite a lot. Carl just way too aggressive on the blink. He really wanted the boundary, and he did get it, John, on the brighter side of things for the side of Amplfy. But your top net worth hero, you probably don't want to sacrifice for that boundary.
Oh, definitely so. It's not worthwhile for Amplfy, and that was pretty good from Jinesbrus, just posturing around that top rune. It was a bit odd, Amplfy forcing the issue out, and Carl, he is ahead, but when you throw 5 heroes at him, 4 or 5 heroes at him, he's not going to hold up.
Radiant's middle tower is not safe. Dire's bottom tower is on its way further down.
Carl trying to get a Veil of Discord up now. It's fair enough. I mean, he's had such great farm. You could get it up pretty darn soon. I say he's had great farm, though. The net worth has started to be taken over by Ryo on the Centaur. It looks like he's going to have a Vanguard up very, very soon. He's already got the Hood of Defiance as well. So that's going to be another big concern here for Jinesbrus, considering how tanky the Centaur is going to be. In fact, he will start going on Gunner. Gunner will just immediately remnant out of there before Jo gets in. Well, mid lane, Febby will end up going down. Carl finds another one with that Sonic Wave and hits him almost 5k net worth now on that Queen of Pain. And that's going to be his 4th kill of the game as well.
Yeah, he has been playing real aggressive. Oh.
Might have been the 5th, but they jump out of there. Meanwhile, top lane Gunner was in trouble, but gets out. March trying to survive Carl. Here comes the Venom Scale. Savage going to try and help him out as well. They threw the Ice Blast to the top lane, but it won't really connect on anybody. Meanwhile, Carl falling low. Savage throws out another Urn Charge, and then does get the dot damage at the very least, but Carl will have BDZ there on the IO, and that means he's going to be perfectly fine.
Yeah, this aggression coming out from Amplfy is really refreshing to see. You know, they've had a pretty rough run in these open qualifiers so far, but they are showing up here for their matchup against Jinesbrus, and it is certainly paying off. They have a 3k lead at 12 minutes in, 7-4. They're finding everything they want. They've got great farm on the bot as well.
They've got that top tier 1 tower that Forever going to jump in with the Rolling Thunder. They want to go after that Gyrocopter. They'll get the Ice Blast off. The IO can't heal him up any longer, and with that, it looks like he is just basically dead. Now the Echo comes out on Ryo. They're trying to control up that Centaur, though can they? BDZ comes in and a lot of damage being copped here by the side of Jinesbrus, and here comes Carl. He looks to clean up. It'll be March that is the target for him. Meanwhile, Gunner looks like he'll just try and get out of there as well. March understands he's dead, but they get everyone else out at the very least. Still, a nice trade coming up from Amplfy. They find a 1-for-2 trade. The only negative for them was, though, they lost their position 1 carry.
Oh, Gunner?
Yeah, gets caught out again. Ryo gonna have the follow-up stun into Disruption. I don't believe he has a Remnant out right now, though he does have Remnants available. He's gonna run towards the west, try to juke them out as best he can, though Jayo gonna continue keeping vision on him. And now Carl jumps in, though Remnants, he's trying to juke him out. Carl saw where he went, but has no mana left to blink. Now he does, blinks the right way. The slide was pretty good, but he had no Remnants out, and he gets the XD from Carl.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Carl's putting a clinic on Gunner right now, John. I've never seen this before. Not since the open qualifiers has someone destroyed his Ember this much.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen Gunner, at least in these qualifiers, have a really hard time, but he certainly has here. He doesn't have the best farm. He hasn't had the best time. 2-4 right now, and you know it's going to be hard because you're buying space for 23 Savage, and he's not quite ready to show up yet.
Oh, Forever doing a burnout on the spot. He kind of got stuck in the little corner there. Bit of a shame, really, as well. It was an easy kill there on Ryo, but sometimes Dota does Dota things, although never mind, Ryo wants to gift them a kill. In fact, never mind, Carl jumps in, it was a bait. Gunner now gonna be chased down. He wants the kill, but BDZ's there to heal up the Centaur. And bait after bait coming out from Amplfy. March wants to get out, but Carl, he smells blood in the water and he wants to go for it, even waiting for the blink. He won't actually use it either. He'll show mercy. March didn't actually have much support behind him anyway. They were about to let him go, but I guess luckily for him, he does get let go by the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, that's again, it's a pretty rough time here for Jinesbrus. They're not finding anything at all, but Amplfy is doing so much work all around the map, right? We doubted the IO Gyrocopter. We said it needed time, and Amplfy is getting that time, all on the back of Carl and even somewhat on Rio. They have been doing a lot in this map. They've been forcing out rotations from Jinesbrus that haven't been ideal. Now, the one thing for Jinesbrus is that 23 Savage is still on top of net worth, like just below that Queen of Pain from Carl, but he's ahead with Gyro.
Oh no. Oh, Jayo, he's gonna get away here. Forever though, he will jump in and find him. So the bot lane, the Rolling Thunder kind of hit him over the Fissure, and I thought he might have just walked out of there, but not the case. Of course, I do agree with you. I mean, Savage is still doing very well on the Veno, John. The only thing is, and the question I have is, how effective is a Veno once you reach that late game?
It's definitely not a super late game hero. It doesn't scale as well as the Gyrocopter. It will always be effective against that IO. I think that's a key thing. With its Venomancer pickup, I'm just not sure if you're going to have the damage coming out to sustain you as the game goes later and later. Like, Amplfy's draft definitely scales much nicer. You have that Gyrocopter, you have the IO, you have the Queen of Pain as well, who can itemize to stay relevant, has that inbuilt mobility. Whereas the Venomancer really tapers off at some point. You're going to be riding off the back of Gunner's Ember and off of Forev's Pangolier, but neither really have the best farm.
Well, with that, we see the Aghanim Scepter come up on a bat now, John, so starting to escalate quite a bit. Bot lane looks like they are having a go with the Stampede, though. Do they find anybody? Rolling Thunder on the relocator bat. He's going to cop the poison over that they got Febby on the Earthshaker. A bat still falling low, but BDZ keeping him alive, and now Savage going to be in trouble. He can't get the job done, and the relocate is there. They will get him out, although a bat's still ticking out, and he will actually go down. BDZ couldn't keep him alive.
Yeah, that's one of the magical things about the Venomancer. The DOT is insane, and he has a Spirit Vessel. I'm not sure if he dropped it onto either the IO or the Gyrocopter right then, but of course, just having that Spirit Vessel up takes out so much of your regen capabilities that it's pretty much gone, right? It's definitely gone. It counteracts the IO Gyro quite well. Along with Venomancer's entire kit, it just plays against that regen capability.
Well, Amplfy now 15 to 7, 5k net worth lead for them. They are looking fantastic. Of course, the catch-up is going on right now from Jinesbrus. You see Gunnar, he's really got nothing right now on this Emmerdon. Again, he's trying to go for that Maelstrom, but we're 17.5 minutes in now. So it's going to be a very, very late item pickup, especially considering he didn't actually opt to go for those drums. Looks like he kind of went halfway there, but just let go of it in the end. That's going to be due to Carl, who's currently going after Febby. He doesn't want to allow this Earthshaker to go down, although he missed the scream once again. He won't commit the Sonic Wave in the end either. He'll just hold on to it. I mean, he is still 11-2 on the Quap, so I'm not gonna criticize the man. Just some of those screams have been really on edge.
It definitely has, and if they bleed out that much, if they don't take these opportunities, you can see an opportunity for Jinesbrus to grow big. We are starting to approach a point where Febby might grab his blink, and that's going to be key for the team fights of Jinesbrus. That could be just what they need to tie up their team fight so far. They don't have that clean initiation, especially since they can't rely on Gunnar right now, who has to play catch-up for him. Normally, he's the guy setting pace, but he's so far behind that he needs some space for himself right now.
That's a fair point. Of course, like you said, with that blink, it may make all the difference. And I mean, it just feels that way as well when you see these engagements. Amplfy, they do tend to group up quite a bit. It's just you don't have any way of jumping and actually getting the job done against them. Of course, I look back at Carl, and he's just continuously chasing this Ember. He will not leave the man alone. He spots him out, though, misses the scream. A nice sleight of fist dodge. Gunnar will be able to chain and get himself out. With that though, Amplfy, they're just going to set up for that top tier 2 tower now. They do push it in quite a bit though. Looks like a bat will back off with BDZ. Bot tier 1 had already gone down, and they are going after that tier 2 as well on the side of the Dire. So a bit of a push coming in from the creep wave.
Radiant structures have been secured.
I suppose Amplfy just feeling very relaxed right now. Like they know there's no need to rush this game. I mean, late game, they have a gyrocopter, right? Like it's just. It used to be one of the kings of late game. Not so much anymore.
Yeah.
But it is still very, very effective. Like you always have that ability to go for that Divine Rapier build if it's necessary.
Radiant's bottom
and
yeah,
just clear out a whole team.
Yeah, he's still that kind of hero, of course, one of the better Divine Divine Rapier carriers, but I don't think it's gonna go that late, if ever. I mean, it certainly could go 60 minutes, but will Amplfy ever feel that desperate need for the Divine? It's a risky play because you have an Ember in the opposite team as well.
March gets caught out by Ryo. Swashbuckle will be there now, Rolling Thunder. March, he will end up going down, but do they jump in? Relocate was there on Febby, but they will not find the Earthshaker quite yet. Meanwhile, Savage gonna sneak around for Rev, going after Carl. Carl's in trouble, he goes down. Now the BKB from Savage. He wanted to turn around on the gyro, but they relocate it out.
Absolutely perfect.
How did Carl get so low?
Carl blinked in. He was trying to grab that bounty rune, which Jinesbrus was already postured around. He cops the Rolling Thunder and all the follow-up stuns in the world, and he just melts. Savage was there. He landed all his spells.
At the very least, Carl understands with these kind of like more risky blinks, he needs a BKB before he, continues doing them. That's exactly what he's going for. Had he had that BKB all these times, it would have been such a different story. But once he's got that up, it's gonna be hard for Jinesbrus to try and control him up, I feel like. And we'll see if that makes all the difference for Carl. He's already had a fantastic game, 11-3 now. No assists though on the Queen of Pain, but it doesn't matter. Meanwhile, Febby bot lane gonna find a target in the IO. Gunnar will miss out on the gyrocopter, but it won't matter. You'll just take BDZ as a kill. And pretty much any kill for the side of Jinesbrus right now is gonna help the cause. And for the first time this game, I believe, they do take a slight net worth lead as well on the Dire side.
Yeah, 16-9, which is great, but it's less than 1k lead going the way of Jinesbrus now. This is a really good turnaround for them. It's mainly riding off the back of 23 Savage, and this is the tendency we see from Jinesbrus, right? They sometimes fall behind that early game, but they don't let go of that aggression. They just keep giving all the space to 23 Savage, and again, he is on top of the network quite a fair bit. 2k ahead of the Gyrocopter, which isn't exactly what you want to see coming out from Amplfy. Again, the Gyrocopter really wants to play around his flash farming capabilities, the ability for him to really escalate in that word.
Nice hoof stop mid lane, John. He caught Gunnar out of the sleight of fist. Gunnar, he does have the Maelstrom up now, and you see Amplfy rotate immediately, though. They didn't have the control for him. Looks like Gunnar will probably go for the BKB build on the Ember now. Once that control up against the, well, not the control, but the sustain up against the Queen of Pain, Carl, who's been making his life a living hell this game. Of course, with that Maelstrom, his farm is going to escalate quite a bit now. We'll see if it makes all the difference, though. Jo looking to set up mid lane. He does throw the Purge out on Gunnar. Gunnar already losing a hell of a lot of HP. Will be okay in the end. I thought they were going to go for the disruption setup and Ryo was near the area, but they don't opt to do that either.
You know, I want to point out something, Mike. Savage, after his next build-up, he's going for that E-Blade first. He is all in on the Dagon. So
I love it.
We're going to be seeing that coming out from him.
This is why we love casting this team, though, John. They do all this crazy stuff that you never see. And I mean, literally 100% of the time right now, it's worked out. I don't know about this time, because it's not looking as great as it used to, but is that the answer? I mean, you will just blow up the IO every time.
I mean, he certainly will. The issue is, do you have enough physical damage or control to take care of the Gyrocopter with his BKB? That I'm not sure of. They do smoke up on the side of Amplfy. They understand with that BKB, it's a major reveal for them. They're going to try to find a big kill.
Bot lane. There be Echo Slam straight onto Carl. He's going for the kill by himself, and now the Ice Blast comes in. Can they find it? Carl, he will get out in the nick of time, and now they will relocate him. BDZ. Baby gonna go for the TP play, and will make it out as well.
Wow.
So this smoke rotation really not gonna end up with anything. They almost lose Carl, but at the very least, I suppose...
Radiant's middle tower is not...
I suppose they'll at least get the Echo Slam usage, and well, they do stampede. They're going after Savage. He's BKB'd up, and now the Sonic Wave goes through. Carl trying to TP out, and will not make it out. Savage, he does end up going down, and Carl finds another in the back. March will go down on the AA, and I said that smoke led to nothing, John, but it leads to two pretty big pickups for the side of Amplfy.
Yeah, that's pretty major. It felt like Febby did waste that smoke from them, but they still find those kills, and that's going to be big, right? You slow down the timing coming out from 23 Savage. He's a big kill. He's #1 in that word. That gives you a lot more gold to play with. It opens up the side lanes for you to push in as well. So this tier 2, probably not going to last too long, although it does look like Febby. Ooh.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Bot T2 going down. Bevy doesn't have the Echo now for Rev. Gonna jump in with the Rolling Thunder straight on that Gyro, but again, you have BDZ already there, just keeping him up. Ice Blast will come in though. A bat is gonna cop it. They've already got the T2 tower though, so they'll happily back out of there.
Worthy tribute.
So with that, an 18-9. Slight net worth lead still remains for Jinesbrus, but Amplfy, they still hold that momentum very hard in their hands. Again, you just look at Carl every single time in that quap. 13-3 right now. Just hasn't dropped off at all on this hero.
Definitely hasn't. And again, he's building up quite well. He still needs to finish up his BKB. He did sideline to another item. He has his Orchid up, and he's had his U-ults. So he has that to play around with, and if you can get the proper jump in the back line, there's not much these heroes can do to defend. None of them have any defensive item to speak of, except for Savage and Gunnar now, with his BKB. But you really don't want to be expending that early on. You want to be aggressive with it. That's the entire reason Gunnar was given all the space, so they can kind of play forward with the BKB.
Jo, Purge, Soul Catcher as well. Gunnar will cop a fair bit of damage, but still be okay.
Dire's top tower is not on top of things.
They might go for a smoke, and yeah, Jinesbrus, they're going to try and get something done here. They just picked up that BKB charge on Gunner as well, so you've got a 10-second charge available.
Dire's
Bot lane is being pushed in by Forev, but he's TPing up towards his own tier 3, or tier 2 I should say. He does get silenced up by Carl. The rest of his team are there to back him up though. Gunner, smoke broken, he'll go after Jo. It's the first target he found, and it looks like the rest of Amplfy will probably just leave him to die. Although he does cop a fair bit of damage, again from that soul catcher. It won't be enough for Amplfy to actually turn around and try to get them. That's just going to be another position 5 kill going to the way of Jinesbrus. But more importantly for the Dire side, their net worth lead now will rise to 3k.
Yeah, it has been slowly rising up, and that is again down to the farm from 23 Savage. He's just going around the map, really working these Plague Wards to its max, potential, and really just building up on himself. He has his E-Blade now as well. It looks like he will be going for a different item. It looks like to be the Hex first, and he has ditched the Dagon build, which is mildly disappointing, Mike.
Mildly. Gunner, nice dodge on the hoops from Ryo.
is under attack.
Do go for the scan on the Roshan pit from the side of Amplfy, just making sure that Jinesbrus isn't up to something sneaky. I do wonder why he actually switched the item build again, John. So now he's going for a Lotus Orb, it looks like. And I kind of wonder why though. Like, for what ability are you going for the Lotus Orb for?
I guess just general protection, maybe to help out his supports who don't have any sort of defensive items yet, like Febby is going to be a big one. The Pangolier is pretty important as well.
Mid lane, they silence him up as well. He does have the BKB, but doesn't want to commit it, but has to now. He'll Remnant, although Gunner, he's falling low and does go down. Carl,
that was his 10-second charge.
Yeah, not great news. Carl, he knew exactly where the Remnant went, and he just chased it, and Ryo did the exact opposite, chasing the actual hero. And he had nowhere to go. And that's going to make it a 90-10 now. 4k net worth lead still remains for Jinesbrus, but definitely not the... I mean, the net worth lead, I don't think it actually spells out how this game is going. Amplfy is still well and truly, it feels like anyway, in the lead.
They definitely are. I mean, there's no two doubts about that. Again, the gyrocopter isn't falling behind as bad as you'd expect. He still has some decent itemization. It's not as fast as he'd want, but it's still enough to do work, and we haven't really seen a bot jump into those front lines all too often. They should be able to take this Roach for free as well. Whether or not Jinesbrus wants to contest is another question. They certainly could if they land their spells, and they are smoked up.
They are going to go for this Roshan counter. Roshan about half HP now. Looks like they will get Forev in there to try and scout out with the Swashbuckle. Savage just jumps in with the Poison Nova. Now the Ethereal Blade. They force out the BKB from a bat. Ice Blast will not connect on anybody. Ryo trying to back off as well. He had the Spirit Vessel placed, and now the Roshan getting low. Gunner, he jumps in. He snatches the Aegis once again. How many times is he going to do this? Now they're going after the Disruptor. In fact, no, they are going after the Gyro, but he gets relocated out. Carl going for the backlines on the Queen of Pain, but he might be in trouble. Swashbuckle, Echo being committed. They want to control him, and they do find him. Now they found the Shadow Demon as well. Jo goes down. And in fact, they're still going. They're going to get they're going to get Savage actually on the side of Amplfy now. So it looks like Jinesbrus, they do overextend a little bit with their Venomancer. Nevertheless, they got what they came for. How many times has this man done this now?
So many times. So many times. Just Gunner, again, stealing that Aegis from the Radiant side. That's massive for Jinesbrus. They also find a couple of key kills. Carl, again, getting caught out. Very fortunate for Amplfy that a bot did manage to get away with that relocate. They do find one great counter kill in taking out Savage. I mean, that's a really big one, right? He's the +1. He's the highest in net worth right now on the entire map. But it's almost feeling like this hero is tapering off. Like, the Venomancer most definitely is hitting its power spike. And you're starting to see every other hero start to come online. You're starting to see Forev really pumping that damage out. You're starting to see Gunner do some work with his hero, although it's still not completely healthy, right? He's working onto Radiance next, and that should definitely make him hit much harder. But, you know, despite the fact that Savage is tapering off, you're seeing every single hero really start to pick up the pace here. I mean, even Febby is working towards his Aghanim's. It's still a long way off, but once that's up, you're going to be dealing with a Shaker who is going to be very hard to catch out and can initiate in multiple ways.
It's very true. Febby will just continue trying to farm that Ags up down at the bot lane. Well, you look over to that Gyrocopter, John. He's going straight into a Satanic, it looks like. So a bat going to look a lot better with that, though. Still, even with that Satanic, right, his main problem is going to be that Ice Blast. Now, he does have the BKB for it to, you know, to try and get it off him, but got to be careful about that. Like, once that BKB is gone, if you haven't committed that Satanic, one good Ice Blast from March and it's basically useless.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty rough again. It's down to timing in these engagements, and Bat has had a decent enough time so far, but he hasn't really participated in most of the fights, right? He's 2-2 and just 4 assists. He hasn't been too active in the map, and that's,
Carl.
I mean, it's, you know, it's a nature of that hero.
Carl was going after Febby bot lane, but Febby does manage to blink away and TP's out immediately.
Radiant's middle tower is not safe.
It's like Amplfy just really want to slow down this game as much as possible. Meanwhile, Savage still on the top of the net worth board as the Venomancer. He is, looks like he's going for Boots to travel first. And he's got the Shiver's Guard inside the Vice queued up now on the Veno. We saw the Ethereal Blade come in handy, I suppose, up against the Gyro. They forced out the early BKB usage, but after that, it was, you know, it was just another item to have in the item slot. I guess if you time it perfectly, it'll be pretty darn useful, though.
He is definitely turning into more of a utility core. Again, all the DOTs are still great. You are starting to see a lot of counter items coming out, though, that can work against that. The BKBs are up. You have a couple of Yules as well. There is a smoke from Amplfy.
Yeah, they jump in. Gunnar, he gets caught out. Will he survive it, though? He loses the Aegis. Still, he'll have a secondary life. Poison Nova does come out. Carl, he's going straight after March in the backlines, and Gunnar pops BKB. Gonna go for the team fight. Now March still alive throughout all this. Savage cancels his own TP off March. He does lose his life, and now Savage goes down as well. A great Sonic Wave coming up from Carl. They try to find more, though. Febby trying to get the hell out of there with Gunnar. They silence up the Ember. Homing Missile coming in with the relocate as well, though. Forev trying to get him off his carry, but it will not be so good. Amplfy once again winning another engagement. A 3-0 this time around.
Is under attack.
They are going to go straight into that mid-tier 2 tower after that as well.
Yeah, that's going to be really dangerous for Jinesbrus. They don't have buyback on Savage as well, so he's not going to be able to jump into this fight. He's about 130 gold from it, so it might be up by the time that high ground is being sieged. It's still a lot of damage they're going to be taking here, and that is worrisome. You had the Aegis there on Gunnar, and he just died like that. This Ember is very paper thin, and if he keeps playing far forward like this, it's just going to be hard for him to really survive.
Now Febby gets jumped on. Ice Blast will be there. He uses himself up as well, trying to get out of there safely. Meanwhile, Forev trying to distract them, but Febby is still in trouble, and Carl, Echo is committed, but they do find the kill. Now they silence up March as well. Forev still trying to take down this Queen of Pain, but she BKB's up. She actually just blinks towards the fountain and goes to the TB plane, does make it out. Now Ryo gets a hoof stomp off onto Forev. He's in big trouble. He'll swashbuckle out of there, and now the Rolling Thunder back in. He'll avoid the homing missile with that. Goes straight after that Centaur Ryo, although he's blinked and stampeded out now. The Ryo, he'll be safe. Savage trying to find a target. He will find Jo, but Jo really won't mind dying. They commit the Poison Nova, but it's only going to be for position 5 support. Meanwhile, Forev actually going to TP to the shrine. Will find a Bat and BDZ, but can't really do the work by himself. So Amplfy, they do happily back off after taking that mid-tier 3 tower now. They will open up the shrines for themselves. And they do take back that net worth lead their way by about 2k.
Yeah, those are some massive wins coming out from Amplfy. They open up that mid lane, so the next time they decide to siege that high ground, the racks are pretty much gone. Right? You've shown that you can stand up against Jinesbrus' lineup again. Gunnar just not having the best time. He was walking way too far forward. There were no wards in that ramp when he walked up, and gets punished hard for these really forward movements. You have to be a lot more conscious about where you are in the map, especially since, again, your Ember Spirit didn't have that great start. It has recovered a bit, but he's still like, what, 5th, 6th in terms of net worth? Not the best area to be in as a core. Ember Spirit, of course, And that is still worrisome for Jinesbrus. Again, they were bouncing back. A lot of their network is still hanging on that Venomancer, who has pretty much tapered off now, and on Forev, who isn't quite completely ready to be that hard-hitting Pangolier just yet. He's going for that Basher next, and that should be really helpful in proccing those stuns and getting that control. He also needs to hold for buyback, so it's going to be a while until he has both of those up. And again, that's just time that Amplfy can use to get bigger and bigger. We're reaching a point where the Gyrocopter is just king of this game. He has that Satanic up, he has his Mjolnir up, and there's just not much you can do to stop this guy at this point. You have the tools to do it, but the defensive items are out, and he just BKBs and you have no control.
Yeah, definitely so. It's like an Aghanim Scepter now coming out on Ryo as well, so he's looking even better. Meanwhile, I had a look at 23 Savage is still switching his item build. He's going for a Hurricane Pike now, but just a minute ago he had the Dagon build back. Now he switches again. Looks like an Octarine Core to come out. And it seems like he's kind of confused as to what he can do to change the game on this hero now. And it is a very hard question to ask. Amplfy, nice smoke, but Gunner will break.
Alright, Gunner finishes up his Radiance, but he doesn't have buyback. So this is going to be really risky from him. His damage just shot up tremendously, and he does give his team a bit more defense in terms of that that mischance onto the Gyrocopter, but he is still so paper thin. Like, the only defensive item he has is that BKB. He doesn't have too much HP. One stun, he's dead.
Well,
so he has to play carefully here.
Carl does get the Hex off. New Sight device coming out on Carl. Can they control him up long enough? No, they cannot. Even the Stampede being committed, but they just couldn't get there in time. There's a great attempt there from Amplfy, and had they caught him out, the game could have been over. Again, the Gunner buyback just wasn't there, but will escape. Looks like they will go into the Roshan pit once again on the side of Amplfy, though you know Jinesbrus aren't going to allow this to happen for free. They did scan it out. They'll make their way there, though Amplfy have already backed off. I say that, though Ryo is standing on top of the cliff waiting for his next opportunity to jump. Ice Blast will show nobody in the pit. Observer Ward will show the high ground. So both teams, at least for now, will avoid each other. They'll find a double damage down to that bot lane, so Gunner will happily pick that one up on the Ember. This Roshan fight got just so much more dangerous with that double damage rune. At least for Amplfy anyway, though. They are still looking fairly strong. Looks like Amplfy will probably just at least wait out that Stampede to be available on Ryo before they go back into the Roshan pit. With an Aghanim Scepter Stampede, you probably want to have it off cooldown before you take a risk like that.
Definitely so. It just gives you so much more to play around with. That damage reduction is pretty massive. And again, the game is really tight still. It's a 5k lead for Amplfy, but you're always worried about Jinesbrus just bouncing back in. Despite the fact that, again, their pause 1 Savage just feels like he's tapered off completely. He's switched back to the Dagon build in his queue.
March gonna get jumped straight away. Carl finds him. BKB has already been activated. March can't get out of there in time. Carl does get an outside device on another. He wants Febby. The rest of the team relocating in as well. Febby is kind of between a rock and a hard place, but he blinks out. TP straight away. Surely they cancel it, and they do. They get the Yules off just in the nick of time. Still, Gunner comes in now as well. Febby to fall. He does end up going down. No buyback on him. Now the Rolling Thunder. They'll go after Carl on that Queen of Pain. Gunner pops the BKB, but nobody's left around really. Or is there Carl? He does end up going down. He just popped out that disruption. Now Jo gonna lose his life as well on the Shadow Demon. And so it ends up being a 2-for-2 trade, although it keeps going. They found the Hoofstop. Gunner's in trouble, but he managed to slide a fist, and now Remnant out. He gets the chains as well, though he cannot get the second Remnant. And so a 2-for-3 trade. There is buyback available on the Ember this time around. Amplfy, I don't know if they'll really capitalize with the Roshan quite yet, but it looks like they are heading that way, and they are going to try for it. At least try and force that buyback out from Gunner. Well, the Ice Blast gonna come in. Lands pretty much perfectly. And with that Ice Blast, that's actually just gonna be enough for them to back off.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to force that issue. You are at your weakest when you do get hit by that Ice Blast. Again, just taking away all the regen you have is not going to be nice. So they're going to play it safe. And again, they can't secure that Roche, especially since everyone but Gunner is up. That is still a massive team fight coming out from Jinesbrus. They still have the Echo Slam they didn't expend, so always have to be conscious about that spell when you're in a tight area like the pit.
So they are going to go back into that Roshan pit now. Still 25 seconds left for that Gunner buyback, but again, another Ice Blast going to be perfectly on point. Abat cops it and has to go back. Even Carl complimenting the Ice Blast from March. So they will go back in this time around. Perhaps Jinesbrus not expecting this, so the scan does come out and they will spot them out. Ice Vortex to give vision as well. And here comes Forev, jumps in with the Rolling Thunder. He's controlling up this gyro quite well. Even the Roshan helping out, though now they will try to get Forev, and the Aegis is taken by a bat. So they won't fully commit for that Roshan pit this time around. They'll just allow that Aegis to go the way of the gyro, and I believe the cheese was picked up by BDZ, and it was. And with this, once again, Amplfy going to be in a perfect position to try and at least get a Rax for themselves.
Yeah, it's going to be a much easier time. They have that cheese up as well. And you have all the region in the world. Again, all the tools in the world to really secure that high ground now. And Jinesbrus has to slow down their item progression to save for those buybacks. The Aghanims coming out from Gunner, not going to be up because he has to hold out for the buyback. You also see the Basher finally up in Forev. He is working towards his Ags, but he can't finish it because buyback. Like, he doesn't have enough gold after buying out the Ags to have his buyback as well, and that's going to cost them. That just means they're not going to be as well equipped. They're going to have to play a bit more defensively, but you know, Jinesbrus is not the kind of team to have that sort of patience for the most part.
That is very true. Meanwhile, 23 Savage John, what is he doing? He's got 7k gold now. He still hasn't made a decision as to what item he wants. He's been with this item build for at least 10 to 15 minutes now. I'm kind of curious, like, what does he just go for the full Dagon 5? Does he actually go for the Octarine core at this rate? Like, what does he do?
I mean, we'll see. Sooner or later, he's going to have to spend that money.
Bat trapped in. Imperial Blade, though. Ryo jumps in. Nice hoof stomp coming out. They're going to go straight after Savage once again. He pops the Nova. He knows he's probably dead here. Bat, though, diving pretty darn deep, but he has the Aegis, and Savage still, no, does end up going down in the end, but they found the Aegis, and now Bat, he's just driven way too far. He must know he's dead at this point, though. Is there a relocate coming out? Not quite. He does heal himself up with that Satanic, but that's all there's going to be. BDZ roaming his way in, though. He doesn't actually have relocate, but the Sonic Wave is going to be nice. Still, though, they already found the gyro, and now BDZ just wants to get the hell out of there. He will just tether around, though Gunner catches them off guard. They do get the sight device on the Ember now, though, and here comes Forever and Febby. They really want Carl on that Queen of Pain. Yules are there. Chains were there as well on that Quap. She's falling quite low, though. Raya trying to help out, and she does blink out in time, though. Forever misses the Swashbuckle. Ice Blast will also not connect, and Forever is going to make the chase. They will lose the Queen of Pain. They may get BDZ. Meanwhile, Ryo has been left alone. He has Jayo in the backlines, and there's the disruption coming out, but that's really all going to be, it's really going to be the only help Ryo gets. Meanwhile, BDZ is still alive, and Forev's the one in trouble and does end up going down to Carl. Ryo still trapped up by himself, but he finally goes down. And meanwhile, Jayo, he does get caught up by Febby in the end, though I say that he's still not dead, but Gunner will pick him up with a sleight of fist. A very prolonged team fight between these two, but it looks like Jinesbrus probably came out on top. In fact, I say that, but there was 2 buybacks. So although Amplfy did lose the Aegis and the gyro, in the end, forcing those 2 buybacks, they may just be happy with that.
They definitely are, right? This is the one thing that you've been waiting for. They don't get any objectives from that siege. I mean, they just dive way too deep. But again, forcing those buybacks by itself is already big. That opens up the high ground next time you decide to siege it. Although I wonder if it's at this point where Amplfy was going to wait for that next Roche. Because, you know, with that one Aegis, you already lost your Gyrocopter. Granted, he did dive way behind those tier 3s without any of his teammates to back him up. Will they wait for the next Aegis before going for that high ground? Possibly. that might give a bit too much time back to Jinesbrus, as the Roshan is still going to be up perhaps in 4 minutes. We'll find out in 4 minutes when it's going to be up, and that might be enough time for Jinesbrus to farm up one big item or two. It brings their buybacks even closer. Of course, that still means about a 3-minute wait by the time the Roshan is set to perhaps spawn up. So you're starting to run out of options here. You do have the Gunner Ags up. So that Ember Spirit Ags now up, his 25 up as well with a Remnant charge time. So that might be...
There's
yeah, that might be the difference here.
Yeah, you got Febby's Ags and you've got Forev's Ags on the Pango as well. So it may be the difference. I feel like it should be, but Amplfy, they're just playing so darn well. It's hard to imagine them making mistakes that Jinesbrus can really capitalize on. We'll see though. Looks like Amplfy are going to start committing some pressure into that mid lane once again. Jinesbrus understanding they need to stay back, defend that high ground. That's exactly what they'll do for the moment. Looks like there will be a Lincoln Sphere coming out on Gunner as well, and that's going to be very necessary up against that Queen of Pain especially. Like, she's got a Bloodthorn up now. It's going to be so darn painful to deal with unless he does have that Lincoln's up. Even the Scythe of Vice, of course, as well. Just something to block at least one of those abilities from those items. They might catch out Gunner top lane. They are making their way up. They do spot him out. So it looks like it's only a bat that was really interested in the kill attempt. Still, again, making their way up. Bit of flak cannons going on, and Gunner, he'll just remnant out immediately, but a bat does clear out the full creep wave once again. Meanwhile, Ryo's actually going for a refresher orb. So you're going to have that double stampede available, which is going to be pretty devastating considering he already had that Aghanim Scepter. It's going to be a long time of just running very, very quickly above cliffs for the side of Amplfy once he has that up.
Yeah, it's not only that, but the damage reduction is really the key thing here. Just 40% off for, what is that, 8 seconds? That's going to be a massive amount of time where Jinesbrus damage is just not going to do too much. Do they have the sustain to wait out those 8 seconds if a refresh does come out? I don't think so. We've already seen these heroes melt quite fast. So they're not going to be able to stand up to that reduction coming out from Amplfy if they do get that refresh up in time from Rio. And again, it does look like Amplfy is actually just going to be waiting out that Roche. So there's a minute and a half left until we find out when it's going to respawn. But it's still a long time until those buybacks are up from Jinesbrus. Unless they can delay the game once that Roche is up, they're still short about a minute when the Roshan might be set to respawn, so it's going to be a bit rough. They can't give away the Roche at the same time. It's going to be hard for them to contest, because once they die, that's it.
It's very true. This game has been so back and forth, but it has gone back Amplify's way, even Dota Plus, stating 72% win chance for the side of the Radiant now. Of course, they do lead by 9k in terms of gold as well. Do you see a Mjolnir pick up from Carl? So he's pretty much at his limit. He doesn't even have treads right now in the he does have it in the backpack, but he won't be using it.
Radiant's bottom tower has a nasty
Only goes
situation.
so much more. Maybe a refresher orb for Carl would be nice. Maybe even the Aghanim's upgrade from the next Roshan, if it does come up, would be nice.
Yeah, I'd reckon one of these guys needs to pick up a Nullifier. That will just secure your kills on Gunner. It will secure your kills on basically any single hero. That's one item we sometimes don't see in the late game. Nullifiers are very useful, and I feel like Carl would be the best here to pick that up. It's just he's gonna have to sacrifice an item for it. It looks like, you know, he'd probably throw that Veil out. I think that's very worthwhile for a Nullifier. It just gives you so much more at this point compared to the Veil.
I can't disagree with you on that. We'll see what he does opt for though. Roshan will be spawning up in about 30 seconds from now, John. Ryo, mid lane, just kind of hanging in the tree line with Forev. Both having pretty much the exact same idea. Forev shows himself, but Ryo will not make the jump. Still Roshan. They do scan out the heroes in the Roche pit at the very least, but it is still 5 seconds away, and that Ice Blast going to be a bit mistimed, which is really unfortunate for the side of Jinesbrus now. Though again, they should pretty much be aware of what's going on. Meanwhile, top lane though, Gunnar gets caught out, but pops the BKB. Now Carl falling pretty low. The Remnant's out. Carl is being chased down. They pop the Stampede as well. Can he find his kill? Carl, he misses the screen.
No
Gunnar dodges it though. Ryo found the hoof stomp. They will find the trade. Those are some long respawn times, and Forev thinking about rolling Thunder. He will not. But they have the hoof stop. It looks like they are going to jump in. Forev does commit it this time around. Now remember, he does have the accents. A lot of damage coming out with those swashbuckles. Ice Blast will connect. No, they won't. A bat does get away with it. It just barely misses him. And so a 1-for-1 trade. I imagine the gold for Jinesbrus was a lot more because Carl was just worth more money at the moment, but without that Ember, this Roshan's just going to be so much harder. The buyback, he's 350 gold away on the Ember Spirit right now. That's a real shame, because I believe they're just going to have to let this one go. Meanwhile, BDZ has a Desolator up as well.
Yeah, he has a 25 town. That's the only time you go for it. So when Gyrocopter flat cannons, that is going to be quite the show, Mike.
Nothing wrong with a bit of a lighting show in this Dota game, John. We are 52 minutes in after all. Both teams just playing on edge with each other. Now with the Aegis, the Cheese, and whoa, did they get an Aghanim's upgrade? Is that what happened, or did they get a Refresher Shard? I didn't quite see it.
I'm trying to check.
No, they did get the Ags upgrade. Yep, the Aghanim's Blessing is on the Centaur Ryo right now. Looks like he's holding it for the Queen of Pain, Carl. And I think that is the right decision anyway. Like, having that low cooldown Sonic Wave is really going to hurt Jinesbrus. They will get started though. Bat gonna cop the Ice Blast. Does have the BKB, but Febby jumps in. A lot of damage being dealt, and now they just take him out. Age is gone. Rax is pretty low. He BKBs up this time around, and a Bat. Who does he go for though? He thought about Febby, but Febby's out of there. He gets the Rax, but now the BKB's gone, and they're gonna try and punish here. Poison Nova comes out though. Savage BKBs himself up as well. And it looks like that's going to be the end of that.
Top tower is under attack.
You just don't have that lockdown without the Ember Spirits, so they couldn't really keep going. And so Amplfy, although it costs them that Aegis straight away, they do get the mid-racks, which they've been trying to get for a very, very long time. And I suppose Amplfy would definitely consider that well worth it.
Definitely so, right? That's the one objective they've been throwing their heads against the wall for. They managed to finally take it out, but you are still a bit worried, right? You're starting to see a Bat can actually be burned down by the heroes on Jinesbrus if he's just a bit too far forward. And he wasn't exactly that far out. He was teetered up from his IO. You were seeing the attacks flying out. It's just that at this point, the damage is starting to come out from the other heroes, and you just can't be as far forward as you were earlier on. You could say the same thing about Gunnar. He's been really far forward, and it really has been costing them for a while.
Radiant's middle tower is
Pretty far forward right now, John. He gets jumped on straight away. BKB up, relocate is not quite there. They're going to try and fight this out, and Forever actually dropping low, but does roll away and TP's out. Gunnar, meanwhile, will Remnant out as well. They do have Ryo in the backlines on March, so he will probably end up dying, though. He tries to TP with the Glimmer Cape, and he gets disrupted. JO will find him in the end. They'll find the AA at the very least. They don't find anybody else. And Amplfy, I thought that was a pretty far forward positioning from a Bat, but it was a bit of a bait. They keep going. Fisher is there. Carl gets jumped on. Febby wants it. They do jump in. Carl's so down low, but doesn't end up dropping. He BKBs up himself, and now he gets healed up by the IO. They jump in. They want that Earthshaker gone, though. He gets out as well. Call down will do absolutely nothing, but the flat cannon will. Now the Remnants. Gunnar, who's he looking for? He goes after that Queen of Pain again. Try to get some sweet, sweet revenge, but you have BDZ there, and now the Sonic Wave does connect. Meanwhile, Febby, he found Jo. Ryo, why are you on a cliff, sir? It doesn't matter. They found Forev on the Pango. Buybacks coming out left, right, and center. They still know where that Centaur is. Still, though, the Earthshaker about to drop, and they've lost Febby. Ryo will buy back after his death, though, and Febby does have his own buyback. They're still going a Bat. BKB's up once again. Forever, he's back in there, but look how low he gets. He just melts straight off the bat on Carl. He found 23 Savage. Can he take him out, though? Febby jumps back in. He doesn't have Echo, though. Meanwhile, Ryo going after Gunnar. They're going to find this, and with the Sonic Wave will connect this time around. He does have buyback. He'll have to commit it straight off the bat though. Meanwhile, 23 Savage actually does finally pick up the Dagons after the Octarine core. I don't know how much of a difference it's going to make at this rate, but he has got it. There's the buyback coming up from Gunner. He jumps in straight away, though he can't afford to die right now, or the game's pretty much over. Bebby jumps in, but they're both in trouble. The side device comes out. It looks like Amplfy. They may have done it. Gunner goes down. 2 buybacks, or diebacks there. Carl going to go straight after March in the backlines. A celebration relocate coming up at 23. And with that, John, it is all over. Amplfy, they will take a game off the side of Jinesbrus. They still end up top of the group nonetheless, but they will not go undefeated.
That prize win, and a very welcome one for Amplfy, of course. That does bring them into the upper half. 3-2 now.
Trent, huh?
Useless, I believe, right?
Well, what did I say first?
Fervian.
Ferv. They don't have the burst damage. He is going to make it back. Winner's curse, though. It's a big one.
Not damage, though.
Oh, the cask. The interrupt. He couldn't get stomp off.
But then he killed himself by self-using because he didn't believe in the cask.
Oh. Well, the Winter Wyvern still helps set it up, and now the chase continues, or perhaps not. FBZ throws the Atos. I don't think you want to go back in here.
Does anyone know what happened to the Orchid there?
I don't know. I was trying to figure that out too.
He used it. It's in the recap.
Confirmed.
Like Orchid a creep or something?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe it was at the same time as the curse. I don't know. Regardless. Fervian goes down, showing the need for that Yules, but...
It was probably why he Yulesed himself. Oh, actually, he hit the Necro. He Yulesed... He Orchided the Necro.
Okay.
Okay. It was same.
Yeah, if they had
And
managed
he
to-
was silenced during the Winter's Curse, correct.
Thank you, Combat Log.
Yeah.
I think if they would have gone for the just Reaper Scythe as soon as the Wraith King comes back up, they probably get that kill on the Wraith King. But really good stun coming out from him, and then obviously the Stampede afterwards.
This Radiant Network lead is not enough
on the Radiant.
for an Alchemist team.
It's definitely not.
This,
is under.
And now they have the Spirit Vessel.
I'm concerned.
Dire has strengthened their
Definitely.
structures.
He's got 2 Dispels, right? He's got the Manta and he's got his ulti.
Yeah.
Oh, the double blink, and now the self. I mean, ooh, Yo Makoto, he's got that timing down. No self-stun.
Well done, Red. Now Storm, the bold play. Jumps in.
Oh, he thought he stunned himself.
Oh my god!
It's a suicide.
What are you doing?
You played yourself.
Stop hitting yourself.
This 458 guy is a very aggressive player. I'm just going to say that. Like, that OD game when he owned,
Yes.
it looked really good because every rotation landed. But then the OD game where he got dumpstered, he was still trying to play aggro. I think that's just... Maybe that's just his nature as a mid lane player.
But like,
Mode 458.
Yeah.
oh, it's
A
chasing
blink
them.
from the Wraith King, but yeah, that's can't get away from that one.
Might be okay, though. Other side, Spirit Breaker, the bash. He's got a big claw.
He can't walk outside either because the rest of them are there. They'll see him. Oh no!
He's gonna try it, and it's gonna be to his death.
It was either Roche or the Radiant that kills him there.
Dude. 15%. It's even lower than Spirit Breakers.
Tower has a nasty situation.
That's gonna get buffed. The next time Roche is too easy to kill.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that'll get changed.
Now he knows how it feels.
Or maybe when he slams, it just gives a second. That would be nuts.
That sounds great.
Slam procs a bash. I like. Here will Red putting a lot of pressure on. I really like that he's playing this. Although I might have just cursed his ult is down to 10. 496.
Oh, yeah.
What are we doing?
Rotting town.
What are some of them witch doctor voice lines?
Is someone a doctor?
You don't have to mouse.
Good one.
Isn't it not?
It's a bait for Liv.
I see. They know Red's coming.
Wraithking skeletons from tier 2 all the way to the map.
They're not nearly spoken for that. They get so easily distracted.
You'll see.
Skeletons.
I don't know. I think Storm Spirit this should just be playing for 25.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
This monster I just
He
heard?
just soloed him.
That's a cold, crisp, dead storm.
Why didn't he zip?
Why didn't he do anything?
He was unstunned. What is happening for 5? Like if you're Storm Spirit this game, I'm sure you just play safely. You get your level 25. Game's over. You get like Bloodstone and level 25. I don't know what Boom can do at that point, but oops, he's just dying.
Yeah, I'm at a loss here. This was so tight, and in the last like 3 minutes, this happened.
It's a very Alk game, right? It's one of those things where you win a couple fights as the Alchemist, and it's such a, I don't know, it's hard to claw back after.
This is Alk's timing for sure. He's got the 20 talent. He's got like 3 nice items, or 4 items. Like
It's all about that Blink Dagger.
yeah.
The Blink Dagger with the concoction.
I hate this talent.
So what
Plus
exactly?
400 damage.
It's too good. I mean,
Yeah.
not that it's bad. I hate it because it's so strong.
What are the heroes that are good against Alchemist then? Because I feel like they did almost everything right. Like they went in there, they warded his jungle, they kept running him over and over again.
They didn't take enough buildings. They didn't zone out the jungle completely.
I think they were fine if they didn't just suicide their Storm Spirit twice in a row.
I guess that's true too.
I mean, roll the clock back 4 minutes, and I
Yeah.
think they were in great shape.
I don't think there's anything wrong with their draft against Alk, but like
No,
Storm,
they have good heroes.
you need to have. I think the general concept against Alk is you need to have like a big burst damage hero. So often that's like an Ursa or an Invoker or just something that can kill Alk from full to nothing.
It's also just vision. Like you need, look at all the D wards on the Radiant side of the map. Like
That's true.
Alk does these weird, like very obvious paths, right? He's not like an Anti-Mage or something. It's like blinking around and hard. He just walks.
Yeah.
You know, if you have these lane wards down, then you can see where he's going. You can get pickoffs.
I guess the other thing that's a little bit spooky is like, Wraith King. He went for this like Midas Radiance build, which doesn't really get him involved until
Bottom
you know a little bit
Yeah.
later on. And Storm 2 also wants like at least the Orchid. I don't know.
Look at that pressure you got on the tier 3 down bottom though. Alk is rotating down. Oh my god, look at this gold. Oh, plus 32, plus 32, plus 32.
He's just like, yeah, okay, I get him. See, that was good.
I like this Eggs pickup a lot actually.
Does it go Ember or Necro?
I think Necro.
Necro first, yeah. The Necro one's just straight up better at level 18, and then I think you give Ember next when he's a little higher level.
Closer to 25, yeah.
Done for.
And Necro is also looking at a heart.
Who's better, Ember or Rubik?
Is there that many great steals
this
here
this
though?
game I think Ember.
I think I might give it to the I don't know. It's so good with the 2 second. It just lets you be so much more fluid in team fights.
That's just when there's a support player.
When there's
You
like
just want the
when there's like the
just want the
consistent
fucking
steals, like you can always go back to Wraith King,
Yeah.
like stun, steal something else, go back.
I don't know. The Ember one is still really good without 25, I guess. I'm kind of underselling it. It's like so broken at 25, but it is also still very strong without 25. So maybe the Ember is still better.
So how's the research going on this cask here, Mr. Pax?
What?
Oh god, look at it.
What's the showcase
Wait, hold on.
view?
The Alchemist.
No, look, you get that. You get it for both of them. You get gold from both rounds.
Holy shit, you're right.
Oh.
But wait, but
my
you don't
God.
get any gold on the first round, do you?
No, you don't. But it's like Undying zombies.
Yeah, I thought that got changed.
Oh my god.
That's so much gold.
Dude, he just got another axe.
How many last hits has he got?
What the hell?
480? I mean, he's only 100 ahead of the Wraith King, but
That's only 100.
All right, maybe the Wraith King is the reason they picked that. Probably.
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean, it's definitely part of that. Jeez, he can't press E anymore.
No, that's so much gold. How many skeletons do you get?
depends on how many charges
oh,
you
well,
have.
he's attacking him right now. Max charges is 8, and you get 2 each, so you can make 16, right? I'm not crazy.
And then they come back to life, so that's 32.
If you've got
16
the
times 32.
if you've got the 2 times, right?
Yeah.
Did he get the 2 times talent?
Tower is on its way.
Yeah, he went for the
my god.
skeleton.
Oh my god. No. All right, it wasn't a value bet. They didn't do the math on the skeletons.
All right,
Take it all back.
So how many skeletons are we spawning then? We're spawning 32? Am I wrong?
And then
Wait,
they
no.
come-
Yeah.
That can't be right.
Well, that's
No, that's with the
both
talent.
lives.
That's
both
with the
lives,
talent.
isn't it?
Which he took.
That's 32 with both lives.
All right, wait.
So 32 times
Yeah.
30, whatever Alchemist gets.
32 times 32.
Wait, there's 8 charges. There's 2 skeletons per charge, and then
Yeah,
it
and
gets
then each
2
one has 2 lives.
No. He has the talent where 2x skeletons get spawned.
That's counting that.
Yes.
8
8
counts that?
times 2 times 2, right? 8 skeletons. 60, so then 16 skeletons.
Yeah.
Each of the 16 skeletons has 2 lives.
Yes, we're at 32. Times
32 lives.
32 lives times, what do you get for
It's
Grievous?
like 32 or something, right?
Times 32. The math lines up.
Times 32.
Oh no.
1024.
1,000 gold
And then
every time he presses E.
Oh my gosh. Oh my land.
and that's plus the 5x. Don't forget that. Yeah, you also get the 5 gold bounty still from the skeletons, right?
After
Oh, right.
But that's only 5 times 16.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
another
chump change.
Wait, no,
No,
not
5 times 8. It's only an extra 40 gold.
No, because
you
you
only
get
get it
2
once.
times skeletons.
No, it's 2 times skeletons. Each,
So
each one of
16.
them's worth 5, right?
Now I'm confused.
16 times 2 then.
All right,
Or
let's
16
let it
times
go.
See, that's the thing. The original math we did.
So
we
it's
said the
1100
yeah, you're right.
So it's
you're right.
1,100.
Yeah.
1,100 even, just about.
If you get the whole stack.
If
yeah.
you get the whole stack.
I got you.
And they just come to you. They just, he's just gonna TP to wherever.
Guys, other stuff is happening in this game.
Are you sure?
I mean, not really. They were just farming. Now they're going high ground. This is a big fight, and Dire are
Alp
not
doesn't have Aegis
prepared.
anymore.
Yeah, he just lost his Aegis. His ulti's winding down. And he's being charged.
Nice
This is
charge
their
from the
play.
backside.
They're not going to kill him?
I don't know. Storm had to BKB. Yassi pops the ultimate. Red
curse?
running around, still hanging on to the Stampede. Where's the damage? That BB goes down. He will buy back, though. FBZ, the one left behind.
They have
A
the out.
1-for-1.
Oh,
play.
you will save.
Wind.
Why didn't Wyvern TP to the shrine?
Kescube
Can you
gets
grab
out.
one? Makoto?
He can't walk fast enough.
He had an arcane rune on the Storm, too.
Why
Still
didn't they
couldn't
just
get it.
truck the Alchemist? I don't understand. They're like, they jumped 3
They
different targets.
respected his ulti too much.
They jumped 3
Yeah.
different targets in that fight and like half HP'd each of them, and then finally decided to finish the Necrophos.
Does Spirit Breaker have any charges?
I don't
Spirit
think
Vessel?
he did. Now he has 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's,
all right.
that's
maybe that's
Yeah, that's got to be the reasoning.
because it's not like the counter initiation on Boom is that good, right? We've been talking about it. They don't have a lot of
Hey,
saves.
did you see
for the
that sick
Alchemists.
Ember Yules? That was their counter
Yeah,
initiation.
that's the sum
Actually, they
total
have
of it.
3 Yules. The Necro, the Rubik, and the Ember.
Ah, okay. Well, let's see. That's something.
Yeah, Red. Gonna get caught by the Death Ward. Follow-up stun for the Alchemist. They actually want to fight this?
Wait for it.
496. Red almost survives, but does go down now. He's going to buy back. The Rubik's the one that's isolated. A Winner's Curse on the other side, but it's a dieback now on the Wyvern. Trying to finish off this Alchemist stun. He will use it on himself, and he's dead. Oh.
Still, he's dead. I mean,
Yeah.
but that would have been some nice.
Throw it.
A subtle burn.
Kez cute. All right. Other side of the tree line. Okay, he'll be fine.
Get in the base, I think.
Hide.
Witch Doctor. Storm Spirit's looking for you.
Run.
All right.
he's free.
Is this? Oh man, this is a great timing as well. 4 bounties for
Yes.
496.
And he gave the
Maximizes your efficiency.
I know. I don't know which one I need to save.
I think
Oh,
I
this
think
is
I
the
want
item.
the BKB in my inventory.
My boy Vivian.
Nullifier.
That's
This Wraith
pretty
King's
sick.
getting big.
Blink
This is a great
Nullifier.
build.
All right. All those
All right.
Yules. Say
It's a
say
really
farewell.
good game
Ghost
for it.
Shroud. So long. Sayonara. Alchemist BKB might not even be a thing.
Dude, that is not the jump. Run away.
Oh, he gets reflected, the Lotus. BKB, Vivian in the front lines. They're going to jump in. Do they actually have the damage here? Necrophos is the target. Oh. Dual Scepter buys him some time. Winner's Curse connects onto Ferbian. Probably not a kill.
Oh, he's stunned as well.
It is the Alchemist who holds it, not the Ogre.
Good lockdown. The Alchemist, he's holding onto fire, but he's muted and he's down. Now on the backside. Some buybacks coming. Ferbian, is he going to make it out? Remnant away. He's slow, but he is going to live. No buyback on the Necro. Alk will have it, but he's hanging for now. 496.
The value bets were true.
The value. We'll see.
How did the Necro use himself?
The Nullifier ran out.
Okay.
He used it to purge off the Ghost Shroud. He survived long enough, and then he got the Eels off.
All right, that buyback on the Alk is huge. Radiant Scan comes. 496. Just move out of the pit. Happy with that victory.
That's a potential game ender if they kill that Alchemist.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, he's already like just getting beat to death by the Wraith King, it feels like.
I mean, he has to have that BKB in, right? Like,
yeah, I shouldn't have the Manta in.
Yeah, using it would be good.
He needs to, like, if he sees the Nullifier projectile heading towards him, he's got to just pop BKBs.
He didn't get to use it. Still 10.
Yeah, it wasn't in his inventory.
There's the silver lining.
Yeah.
What does Vivian get next? 4K gold.
If he wants to, he can even have the BOTs out of his inventory and then just have both the spells.
Did he take the AC out?
Is that the blink out?
Okay.
I don't think blink out is the play.
No, that confuses me.
You've got Yasha move speed. I
kind of agree on the BOTs. I mean, obviously
on the
you want the movement speed and stuff. But if you get in a sticky position, you've always got TP scrolls as a backup.
That's stun.
Dude, he's holding that stun. Oh. It's coming back. Oh, what?
Back line.
Now they all bounce back up.
Ferbian in trouble. He's stunned. Is Ferbian dead here? They've got a lot of damage, and they will bring him down. Now Yoka with the Yules gives him a reset. Reaper's Scythe does find the kill on red. 2 down on the Dire, and a buyback from the Ember Spirit. Now FBZ falls. They will turn it around onto Storm. Vivian, first death coming back, and I don't know if he'll be able to get out of this one. Wraith King in some trouble without a BKB.
None of them have buyback. I guess Wraith King does, but look at that.
Did Storm buy up for an Ags?
He did.
Why does he?
I don't know.
What in the world?
And now they have Roche.
He is only short by 170 gold, so might have just biffed the math on that one.
Oh man!
Wraith King is carrying this game so hard, and Storm Spirit is like
doing the opposite.
He's fluctuating.
Are you accusing Wraith King of being the sea captain and Storm Spirit as being the anchor?
Yeah.
So,
Storm Spirit is the 4 anchors.
he's all 4.
I mean, being short 150 gold on a buyback here, if he buys back and Wraith King buys back, I don't think Boom walk into the Roche pit like this.
but I don't know if you even want to do that, actually. I mean,
With Winter's Curse, though?
well, they're getting close to. Does Storm have 25 yet? I mean, I guess the thing is that the worry right now is that you can potentially just lose the game if you kill off the Storm without buyback again, right?
I still think 496 are going to win, but they have made this game way harder for themselves.
Now, Cameron, percent chance he gets Overload Pierce's immunity. Is this
0%.
a binary?
Negative 100%.
Now, if I gave you 100 to 1 odds, still 0, is it really that bad?
Yeah. It's that bad.
Is this one of the true
It's not so much that it's that bad. It's just your other options one of the best in the entire game.
Yeah.
So it's not fair to compare.
You're betting on a misclick at that point.
Oh yeah, you get your control group going and the talent pops up and you hit 2.
Yeah, exactly. It's fine. The good talent is on 1. So
that's true. If that's your hero, yeah, you're all right.
Yeah.
Cheese is on the Ember Spirit, by the way.
Maybe he's got Courier on 1 and his hero on 2.
Maybe he's microwing someone on the team and that explains his actions.
They're disconnected.
Yeah.
All right, we got another Ags coming out here.
So this one's got to be going to the.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if Kescute had one in the last fight, they all would have died.
You think Necro over Rubik?
I think so.
At this point. Trent? Necro or Rubik?
I will go with Necro as well, because Necro is very good.
Can you guys imagine what the game would look like if 496 had just taken Roche? Like, don't take that high ground fight.
Yeah.
Take Roche. Storm has Aegis. Game's over, right? That's it.
Yeah.
I guess they were telling themselves that, oh, if we just kill Alco more times, it's fine. We've dealt with him.
Oh,
Ooh, that blink.
Yokum might still be in trouble, though. They get the charge off.
All right, Storm, go hit some creeps. 25. 25.
Support
Buy
players
a
guard the
Bloodstone.
tome with their lives.
All right. Is it the Rubik? Is it the Necro?
Oh, it's the Necro. Come on over here, he says.
Hey, buddy.
Hello.
Thank you.
That's nice. He has manners, you know?
You're welcome.
That's true.
Have you guys ever played against somebody who's bound / laugh to a bunch of their abilities and stuff? And you just hear their hero laugh the whole game. You can mute them, but it's...
Where's the fun in that?
You know, I'm pretty sure that's happened to me, but I didn't know that they were binding / laugh to stuff. I thought I was just in some weird nether realm where Dota was being extra friendly.
Where Enchantress was just laughing in your ear the whole game.
I mean, you know, Dota's had some visual bugs before. Why not some audio bugs?
That's true. So is this Ags is like just about the... Either they get a nice Winter Wyvern ulti and then he can zip in and pull everybody.
It's like black hole vortex, essentially.
Trying to catch Ember.
Zip zap.
How scary is this Necro now? He's pretty spooky. Like, I don't think you want to jump on this guy ever. He's got the heart now.
He doesn't really have a, you know, oh, scythe and they're just dead. It's like he's just chucking a scythe in the middle of a fight that's already happening.
Yeah, and then
you know what I mean?
beats him to death, hopefully.
Yeah.
I'm a little more afraid of the Ember.
That's the problem. If Alk gets stunned, their damage is actually pretty mediocre at that point.
To me, the Winter Wyvern is the key piece for 496 right now.
Yeah.
Like, the Winter's Curse is just scaling better and better, and now Centaur even gets an Aghanim's. That's
Even
also
the Embrace.
really big.
If like Wyvern can properly save whoever's getting focused by Alk.
They're going to bait Vivian and his skeletons in the mid lane. That's the real bait. They should throw the skeletons
why fight
down
outside the
mid.
base?
Right.
Why fight here?
Oh, no, the
That's
booty.
not the hero.
In the front lines, BKB from Fervian.
Nice.
He will survive, at least for now. On the other side of the fight, they're looking for Yokum, perhaps.
That BKB was sick. And now Makoto, they got him caught. Is he going to kill his buddy?
It's only the Witch Doctor, though. Oh, he blinked in and self-stunned himself on the Centaur.
Are you kidding me?
The play.
Red's still alive, though. He reflects the stun. The Lotus Orb again. They're going to lose Ember Spirit, and now it's Makoto versus the world. A dieback for the Ember. Makoto's down. There's the Aegis. They saved the big one for last. And we does have some reinforcements. FPZ goes Shroud on. Vivian low in the front lines, but remember, he does have the reincarnation. They can't even kill him once, let alone twice. Makoto's down. No buyback. Reaper's Scythe won't do it. Good game is on the way. Fervian sent it to his allies. It's not called yet, but it's all diebacks. This one is over, and the value has been realized, baby. All right, 496 all day.
Yeah.
Well done.
No money for you.
As effective on this, you get that early game momentum.
Yeah, definitely is that case. I mean, you know, Queen of Pain is that momentum-based hero. It wants to snowball early. It wants to get that advantage and be active around the map. And LJSL, again, not having the best time here, but, you know, it is starting to be a bit worrisome for RSG, as even Vlaiku is actually hunting out Ponlo, so it's not the smoothest time for the Enigma as well. His camps are kind of being watched over by this Rubik, which means his EXP game not going to be as great as he'd want.
Ponlo will back out of there as well. Vlaiku will just keep it up. Force the Enigma to make that rotation towards the east side of his jungle. Of course, with these jungle Enigmas, it is very important they get that great start. I mean, there's just no point to the hero unless they do. Looks like he will be going for the Helm of Dominator build as well, so perhaps they're trying to go for a bit of a push lineup here, even with Warp and his skeletons. Could get a lot of work done. You don't see that Helm of Dom build so much anymore though, and in fact bot lane Whiteman does set up onto death, but Brewmaster pretty much going to be fine. They just wanted those 5-minute bounty runes, and that's exactly what they'll get. It looks like it'll be a 2-for-2 trade anyway between both the teams, so nothing too special happening there either.
Yeah, definitely so. And again, the game is fairly slow-paced so far, but that is kind of to be expected. You have some farm-heavy cores. You don't have the most explosive supports as well. Both teams are just looking to secure themselves a pretty good start into that mid-game where perhaps we will see it explode. It is going to take some time though. Yeah, it takes a while for the kill potential from both teams to come out. And I think we're going to be seeing it.
LJ going to be in trouble. Inkswell was not there in time. They will force out that Quap out of the lane. She'll have to go towards her shrine in the jungle. Still with Facehugger, he pops that dragon form. So now it looks like they are going to try and force in that T1 tower a bit.
Yeah, definitely so. That's really what you want to do with that first dragon form, and it should melt pretty fast. They have the supports down here, they have the siege creep as well. Perfect time to pop that dragon form, and it should just go.
They're going to try and defend. Midnight Pulse will be there, but now the stun goes out on the Enigma Ponlo. Inkswell is there on the creep as well. He will get stunned up once again. Facehugger does want to back out, though. He is going a bit low in HP. And so they do force out a 3-hero rotation to try and defend that tier 1. They will defend successfully, but this is a lot of time being wasted for Death and Ponlo on that Enigma. And I mean, LJ, he's already pretty far behind, so he's going to get everything he can. But I think you'd still call that a pretty decent win for Evos.
Bottom tower is on its
It
way
definitely
further
is.
down.
Like, even if you don't take that tier 1 mid, again, you force out the rotations from the supports, you force out the rotation from Death as well. Not the best thing to have, especially since these heroes really need your EXP, really need their farm. It's not coming out yet, and again, you are just slowly but surely climbing up there as Evos. At 7 minutes now, 1k lead, not much, but something.
In Your Dream just solos Death by himself, just goes for the spin into the right clicks. And I mean, Death just tried to juke him out around the tier 1 tower, but just wasn't successful in doing so. And that was a very, very nice pickup from the Wonder Kid himself.
Yeah, he looks to have gone for a very different sort of build as well. He maxed out the Blade Fury, got 1 level in Blade Dance, hasn't invested in the Healing Ward. So he's really saving those skill points as they come out.
We saw him doing this the other day as well. He does seem to do this quite a lot. The thing is with Jug skill builds, they're usually pretty much the same every single time. So it's kind of like confusing as to why he doesn't, and now he will go for that Healing Ward. So I believe he still has 1 skill point there, but nevertheless, he'll be a happy man. Meanwhile, Vlaiku does end up finding LJ in the mid lane. Death does come in, but he has to be careful. They could turn on him, and they do. Lift is there, and Wonder Kid, he does have the Omni Slash available, but he'll go for the spin first. Death is trying to run his way out, and it looks like they won't go for the Omni Slash in the end, although maybe they will. Insidious going to be the target now for In Your Dream. He still holds on to it, though. Just waiting for the right moment. They are ticking down that T1 tower once again, but without that Dragon Form, it is a bit of a slow process. And this is some classic SEA Dota, John. Just everyone's in the mid lane right now. Just having a go at each other. Just staring each other down. No one's backing off.
It's that mid standoff.
Classic. They're going to keep going. Evos, they're not giving up. They still have the Dragon Form up. It will wear off now. But still, you're ticking that tower down. In Your Dream still has the spin, still has the Omni. Has 12 charges on the Magic Stick as well. But it looks like they will leave it for another day.
Yeah, they're probably just going to wait again for that second Dragon Form to be up. It's just going to be 40 seconds. You did manage to force rotations from basically every hero.
Top lane. Ponlo going to be in trouble. Inkswell should connect with the lift as well. Ponlo still alive, but it will end up going down. And now the Stampede from Avil to try and get out of this situation. It looks like Insidious couldn't actually get the Nightmare off. Wasn't really in range for it. Still, they are going onto him. Whelp does find him, and now the Sonic Wave comes out from LJ. He will find the kill. Lacy there, they might turn this around again. In Your Dream joining in with the team. They'll get the Nightmare off on that Jug, but it is taken by the Rubik, and LJ going to be in trouble. He will have a blink in just a second, but they want the Bane instead, so Insidious will be the target. They do commit the Omni Slash just to make it an easy job. And In Your Dream happily will take that. Meanwhile, Basehugger will push down the mid T1 tower while all this is happening. And it just seems like Evos right now are dancing all over Resurgence. 4K net worth lead as well, going the Radiant way.
Yeah, they definitely are. They're finding everything they want on the map. They've really gotten the farm up onto In Your Dream as well. He's at the lead, 5.2k net worth in him. Again, he had a pretty free lane, despite laning up against that Brewmaster, who was forced to walk around a lot.
Look at Facehugger. They're committing everything for this DK. They will find him. That was 4 heroes and a Brewmaster split committed. They got 4 Banner Runes as well, by the way. So Evos do claim all that gold off the map, and now they're going to try and find a secondary kill on this Centaur. Though Avil is, I wouldn't say a harder target, but he's going to be just as hard. Ponlo, though, doesn't have Black Hole. He'll drop the Midnight Pulse. Skeletons to chase him. There's the Fiends Group coming out. Though Lift is there. Avil, can he actually get away from this? It looks like he will be able to walk his way out. And that is just going to be really demotivating for Resurgence. I mean, you commit that much and you still can't find the kill. Not great news.
Definitely not. Like, you committed so many resources in these rotations. You are forced to ping pong around the map by Evos, and you're not finding anything for your troubles. And In Your Dream just running up to LJ now. No fear from this guy. And he's so far ahead that, you know, there is nothing to fear for him. He's just going to take this tier 1 uncontested. They understand that all the heroes did rotate down bot. Top lane is pretty much free.
I mean, In Your Dream right now is double the net worth of the Queen of Pain. It's
not on top of
not really a bad situation. In Your Dream, he's going to have a very quick Maelstrom as well, John. He's just about to pick up the Mithril Hammer now. It's one of the fastest timings we've seen, I feel like, with the phase boots and the drums to boot. Having it up at maybe around that 12-minute mark on the Jug is going to be quite devastating here for Resurgence.
It definitely is, and we saw him already pump out the damage in his Omni Slash without it. Now, with these 2 items up, his Omni Slash is just going to be devastating.
Well, did go close to the Jug, but won't go any further. In Your Dream, goes for the spin TP, back to his jungle, and he'll keep farming up. He does pick up with the Mithril Hammer before the 12-minute mark, so he does get it sub 12 minutes. And I mean, this is prime In Your Dream, right? Like, he wants to be aggressive with his team. He doesn't want to just farm all game, but he still managed to find the farm and the kills both at the same time, really. And with this Maelstrom now, I mean, you already talked about how devastating that Omni Slash is going to be just with that Drums Maelstrom. And you know he's going to get aggressive. I mean, they smoke up straight away. Blazu is there with In Your Dream on the Jug, and they are going up towards that top lane. Still, they do also scan out Insidious on the right side. But they do reveal the smoke. Well, drums are popped. They will hold on to that Omni for now. Try to get that first life, and they'll get it very easily. Well, doesn't actually have
He let out the stun. He let out the stun when he had the mana.
Oh, no.
And he thought the wand was enough. It wasn't.
Someone didn't do their math correctly, John. Does end up costing them. In Your Dream, he held on to the Omni Slash for that secondary life, and it just wasn't necessary. So now that means the next hero he runs into will probably end up dying. Insidious has to be very careful about this. He does have LJ, they'll use the Fiends Group, try to find an easy kill, but now Stampede, Soulbind comes in. In Your Dream, he'll go for the double Omni Slash as well. Death, don't go there, sir. He just loses all his HP immediately, and there's the spin coming out.
That double grip.
Yeah.
That double grip coming out right before the Grimstroke died with the Soulbind. They stole out that Fiend's Grip. Very easy spell. You can't not steal it. And with that Soulbind, you just have 2 people stunned up. I mean, Death TP's in to try to help out. He just melts.
Well at the moment.
Bit of a shame. Resurgence now 8-2, but more importantly an 8k net worth lead. And if you look at Dota Plus right now, John, according to them, there's only a 10% chance that Resurgence could win this game. And I feel like that is fairly accurate right now. They're losing complete map control. They've lost all momentum. Their heroes don't have the farm to fight back, and this is a bit of a greedier lineup from them as well. And again, we talked about it in draft, like these off-meta picks can work out if you get the lead. But when you're this far behind, you're gonna have to spend a little bit of time farming at least.
For sure. And again, it's just not coming out from Resurgence. Their kind of draft really wanted to get that push going fast, but they haven't managed to do so. The Raid King's farm. He's going for that Midas into Radiance build when they're 9k behind. He's just not going to be online anytime soon. And we're at 14 minutes in. A 9k lead at 14 minutes in is pretty wide. You know, it's one of the wider leads we see. And it's very hard for Resurgence to bounce back in. Again, your main cores are still trying to farm up for bigger items. They're not going for these mid-game items. They're not going to be matching that aggression. They want to slow down the game. And Evos is not going to let that happen.
That should help.
Well, now 4 more bounty runes going to the way of Evos, John. That is a lot of gold. Once again, going the Radiant's way, and Resurgence will get none of it. They do go for a smoke down towards that bot lane, and they do find Vlasu on that Rubik, though. Can they even find this kill? He's just walking his way out, and he still has Fiend's Grip. Stampede committal. He's looking to see if he can find a Fiend's Grip target from the tree line, but he won't get so lucky. But still, that was a 4-hero rotation, and they don't find anything out of it.
Yeah, and it's Evo's turn to smoke up as well, so they understand they have an opening here. Let's see if they find anything big.
Run their way in. Of course, they want that position 1 Wraith King. They do jump in. There's a stun from Facehugger, and he's copying way too much damage. Well, that second light doesn't even matter. Inkswell lift is there, and he is stunned up. They don't commit the Omni quite yet. In fact, no, they did. Soulbind is there, though. Sonic Wave does come out, but it's too much damage coming up for Resurgence. They're running away. Ponlo, he doesn't get out. In Your Dream, though, he's overextended and does lose his life, and now they need to get up for the side of Evos. Resurgence going to get quite a bit of gold going their way. In fact, Ponlo's the one who's picking up all this gold on the Enigma, just with those Eidolons, John. And it looks like they do claim about a 2k gold swing their way. They don't even find the Wraith King. I'm not sure what happened there. The Omni Slash was committed, but I just didn't see it being effective at all. They'll jump in mid lane, though. They're going to go after Death now. Still a lot of heroes there from Resurgence, but Evos are confident. They'll get the hoof stomp off, and Death will end up losing his life in the end. And it looks like that should be the end of that.
Oh, but that was a really messy engagement coming out from Evos. Props to RSG for finding those counter kills. Really big one in Your Dream as well. He just kind of overextends. The spells weren't coming out properly. They jumped the Wraith King. They didn't expect the rotation from the back to hit them hard, and it really does. They lost Vlyke too fast.
Well, gets lifted. Avil runs in, gets a stun. Facehugger's there as well.
My face be the last thing
Just ends up popping. It's really not that hard. I mean, he didn't have the reincarnation available.
Radiant's bottom tower has
And Evos just understands they're so far ahead right now, just don't give them any leeway to try and get that farm up.
Definitely so. Just again, go fast for this game. Don't give any space. And they certainly are doing that. They're not even letting this tier 1 go down for free. They've got Vlyke down to push out the wave best as he can.
Gallant Radiant have fortified their structures. Dire's middle tower is in the wrong end of business.
Just with the Fade Bolt, just seems to be able to do the job, although this time he does, well, gets Midnight Pulse, but it doesn't matter. Facehugger's there. They are going to be able to claim the tier 1, though. No, Facehugger gets the deny and finds the Ponlo kill at the same time. Oh my.
It's just rough right now for Resurgence. They're not finding the objectives they want. They're not finding the space they want. They finally find their first tower, but it gets denied right in their faces as well. The gold is not coming in fast enough. The space is not there. They have to hold out a bit longer. You really need to see Whelp really get his farm up, and he's inching closer towards that relic at the very least. It does still feel like the timing is not the ideal.
They are actually chasing down Whelp right, or excuse me, it's Death on the Brewmaster. They will lose track of him, so they'll leave him be. In Your Dream, meanwhile, didn't really notice he had the full Mjolnir up. Still way further ahead than anybody else in terms of net worth. He is going straight into a Sergeant Yasha next, so he is going completely into that attack speed build with the Omni Slash. which does tend to work very, very well. Resurgence once again, trying to just farm up, have something to contest with. Well, we'll just be on the opposing side of the map, trying to stay away from Evos as far as he can. He's getting close to that Sacred Relic now, and he desperately needs that Radiance if this is the build he's going for. At the very least, even the mischance will just help, maybe allow his teammates to survive a bit longer. So it looks like Evos have gotten the hint, and they are starting to make their way down to that bot lane, and Whelp should know about this. He shouldn't stay around too long. He has a TP anyway, and that's exactly what he'll do. He'll run his way into the tree line. Perhaps he won't even TP, though. No, he does go for it.
Yeah, he really has to play safe. Again, you can't give space away to Evos. You can't give them any more space because they've got so much already, and you're still trying to play catch-up. You still have some room to come back in. The Radiance is going to be a nice reveal. It doesn't feel like it's going to be enough overall, but it does get that ball rolling at the very least, and it's almost there. He has the gold for the relic. He's going to have to be saving up for the recipe next, but at the very least, one part is going to be done.
Saw those 20-minute banner runes. This time around, Resurgence did manage to get one. Evos still managing to take 3 of those runes. Again, it's just so much gold going the Radiant's way. They're still 10k ahead in terms of net worth, and you just look at that graph, it hasn't really been Resurgence's way this whole time. Looks like Evos are going to start posturing around that Roshan pit as well. You have the Yasha now up on the jug, so a little bit of added attack speed for him. And as it stands, though, a smoke will come out from Resurgence.
Radiant's top tower needs bandages.
Who do they go on, though? Avil is sitting in the mid lane on the Centaur. But they won't actually go towards that mid, though. They'll run towards the west of the map where they see Facehugger on the DK. Now, mind you, he just picked up a BKB. So he does have a 10-second charge available. It looks like it won't matter anyway because they won't find him. So that's another smoke that's not going to lead to anything. And to make matters worse now, Evos, they'll go straight after the Roshan.
Yeah, I mean, they do have vision in the pit at the very least, so they understand it's going on with that dominated creeps tornado. But it is unfortunate, again, they popped the smoke without any vision on the Radiant side.
So they're going to move their way in. Still, it looks like the side of Evos aren't afraid whatsoever, though. In Your Dream will back off for a bit, clears out a few Eidolons for the team. Now Roshan about half HP. Well, we'll get lifted. There's the Inkswell onto Avil. He doesn't get the hoof stomp, though. He hesitated a bit, and now Facehugger will find the stun on the Queen of Pain. That's the one they want, and they will be able to clean up LJ quite quickly, though. He buys back immediately. And here we go again. Another stun going out onto death on that Brewmaster. He'll be alright, though. No, he won't. He does get the split off just in the nick of time. Now Whelp, though, will be fine too. The Soulbind double silence does come out, and now the double lift as well. They don't have the Fiend's Grip this time around, but it's so much control. Now the Omni comes out as well. In Your Dream just cleans up 2 of them. He'll go after Whelp. Whelp will lose his reincarnation life. Ponlo TP's out safely, but he's left his position 1 just to sit there and die. He had Black Hole available, but just never found the position to commit it. And now they'll lose a Roshan as well as a dieback on that Queen of Pain and another 2 heroes to boot.
Yeah, that is pretty massive. Again, a massive win for Evos coming out here. They tried to contest, didn't quite work out from RSG. They didn't even throw out the Black Hole, just no opportunity to do so. And you just lose the Aegis like that, so you're gonna have to kill In Your Dream twice now, and you can't even handle the guy once. This is going to be very hard for Resurgence to defend now as they go into the high ground. This does give Evos that confidence to start sieging these additional objectives.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, T2 does end up going down now. I really wouldn't blame them for going for a tier 3 right here, right now for Evos. I mean, 15k ahead. Aegis to boot on In Your Dream right now, and he has the Sanj coming out, I believe, so he'll have the Sanj and Yasha available. And looks like he's queued up a Butterfly next. Once that Butterfly's up, I don't see how you stop the man anymore. I look over to Ponlo, and he is trying to get a Blink Dagger up, and I feel like that's going to be so important for Resurgence to try and come back into this game, because we haven't seen a Black Hole being used yet. We're 23 minutes in. Every team fight, you can see Ponlo scrambling around trying to find a target, but without that blink initiation, you've just got no way to get it done.
He actually did channel it once by the bounty runes at, what, the 10-minute mark? And it got immediately cancelled, so he's been holding off on it ever since. And again, it's kind of costing Resurgence. I understand why you would play cautiously. We have seen this from some Enigmas before, but it is starting to reach that point where you really need to get something done here. They have the Radiance up on Whelp. That's going to help them out just a bit. That will speed up his farm, allow him to clear out these waves just a bit better, and perhaps give them some safety nets, but oh.
Well, he's gone forward. Yeah, he's by himself. The rest of his team kind of backed off. Looks like they were going to go for a smoke attempt. Now, Whelp, he's just sitting duck, and he is definitely dead. The reincarnation life is already gone, and Wonder Kid will find him once again. 17-5 now, and the 25-minute bounty runes are about to spawn up. At the very least, Resurgence are in position to find the top bounty runes, and that's exactly what LJ will do. So you get a bit more gold going the way of Resurgence, but I don't know how much it matters. They're just too far behind.
It doesn't really matter at this point. You've again lost out on your core, who just bought his first big item, and again, it doesn't do anything. They are going to have to try to defend here. They could get a massive black hole, they just don't have the blink. So Ponlo just can't get in position.
Evos is just happily standing in that midnight pulse, not caring at all. It does a fair bit of damage, but they just don't seem to mind it. Now the Rack's going to be the target. Of course, Age is still available on In Your Dream. Brewmaster Split will be used preemptively, and Death will run in. They don't want to deal with the split though, so they will back off at least for now, though they may jump back in because if Bill's in trouble, do they leave this Centaur alone? He does cop the beach grip, and now the Soulbind and the double lift. Looks like a double stun coming out as well, and now the Sonic Wave. Leisu just rips them apart, scream in their face. They all just go down. In Your Dream now moving forward. The Bane's in trouble. He's gone as well. Death will try and move forward, but he hasn't got the split anymore. It looks like Whelp will find a stun, but what does it matter? In Your Dream will walk out of there with the Aegis intact. 2 buybacks to come from Resurgence, John, but I don't think Evos cares.
They definitely don't. They definitely don't. And again, they lost so many heroes just from their Rubik doing all that work, along with the Soulbind coming out from Whitemon. How do you even play against that? Those were just the supports doing the damage there.
Yeah. Now, jump in. Facehugger finds a stun. Omni Slash was still available. They'll just commit it. Why not? Now, I mean, you're going to have the Queen of Pain back up at the very least, though. Again, she doesn't have buyback available. You see those buyback statuses coming up now on the screen, and Evos. Do they keep going towards that mid lane? Again, I wouldn't blame them for trying. They still got the Aegis. They jump in. Whelp, he gets stunned up. He can't die like this. He does have reincarnation. A nice nightmare dodge to boot. But it looks like they will lose Insidious in the process. He does not have buyback on the Bane.
Dire's middle tower.
Dragon Form is going to be back up as well. 10-second BKB charge is still available on Facehugger, by the way. And he has an AC now.
Oh boy.
Yeah, just jumps back in. No need for the magic community. I'm just a dragon.
Middle barracks have fallen.
And he'll move up to the top lane now, and Whelp just wondering what he can do about them. He's got a Radiance, but that's all he's got. They're just going to claim Mega Creeps at 27 minutes in.
Yeah, no contest.
Fair enough. The real question is, will Facehugger pop the BKB at some stage? Well,
I reckon no.
Well, we'll survive with this reincarnation. They don't want the slow to be applied. They won't get the final racks yet, and Avil, Stampede committed. Now the Stroke of Fate as well. They still have the control for Avil, and they will be able to take him out. It looks like Evos will play very conservatively in the end. It feels like they could have easily taken the team fight, but they will opt to back out.
I think they're just waiting for the Omni Flash to be back up on In Your Dream. He's still waiting. Of course, he does have one part left for his Butterfly as well. Just that added firepower on this jug should be enough to really secure it. They only have one set of racks left on RSG. They've lost a lot in the span of the last 2 minutes. You check Dota Plus now, Mike. It's a 99% chance for Evos. It's rough, right? For Resurgence, they just don't have the tools here. They waited so long for that Radiance on Whelp. The timing is just way too far off compared to everything else that's coming out from Evos. You don't really have anything else coming out just yet, although you have the blink on Ponlo. That might make the difference if he can catch key heroes in that black hole.
Yeah, he's got to catch those key heroes, though. Especially that Rubik. And you've seen how quick Vlasu's been on the steals. I guess that's why Ponlo's been so cautious about it. Then now you've got Vlasu with the Aghanim Scepter on the way, John. So that's going to make matters a hell of a lot worse for the Enigma. And for the Bane, for that matter. Pretty much anyone on the side of Resurgence right now is going to be pretty unhappy about that pickup from the Rubik. And again, they'll start pushing in that top lane.
Radiant's
Resurgence
bottom tower is under attack.
It could be their final fight if they do keep going from Evos. And as you can see, there's only one buyback available, and that's on the Brewmaster right now. Now, mind you, Evos only has the DK buyback as well. The only thing is they're holding pretty much all their towers, apart from one down at the bot lane. So they've got no fear of losing anything apart from a T1.
Invited guests.
Yeah, there's not much to lose here, and you know, I want to point out, Mike, In Your Dream has a Divine Rapier queued up.
Uh-oh, we got the butterfly up. Soulbind is there with the double lift once again. Black Hole comes in, they caught the Rubik, but it's been cancelled off. And with that, well, Sonic Wave is pretty darn nice. Well, trying to take care of this Rubik, but can't even do that. Now he's in trouble. They're going to try and take him down. The BKB finally came out from the DK. There's the Reincarnation Death going in with that last spirit, but it's going to go down, and now the Queen of Pain as well.
Ultra kill.
Well, there's the GG call, John. In Your Dream. Gonna get a Rampage to end the game off. This was a fantastic performance coming out from the Wonder Kid. Fantastic performance overall, especially Leisu on the Rubik. My God. A 28-7, 30k net worth lead at 30 minutes in to end the game. A very
Just went and hit with it over and over again.
Right.
Well, that's a...
They win the game?
They did win.
Okay.
That was sick.
Boom.
Pepita.
You know what's cooking.
Trent, you want to double down? Winner gets to pick the music pack next game?
No, I'm good.
Okay. I was going to pick up the heavy metal
any?
pack. I heard it was
The
awesome.
dire
Well, I could buy one right now. We got to pause.
I told you that wasn't the good one.
I actually do want to
claim your
what is
winnings
it,
from Trent.
the fat pack or the rat
Yeah, the
pack?
fat rat.
Fat
That's the
rat
good one. Yeah.
Pack rat.
The Fat Rat Pack.
The fat
Yeah.
rat pack. I heard that one was pretty awesome. I do want to buy it. We were listening to the YouTube yesterday. That's a 10 out of 10 sound pack.
It's quality.
Or music pack, rather.
I don't listen to music really when I play Dota.
Oh,
Too much
man.
focus.
I'm all about it.
Yeah, I can't listen to music. That's why I kind of like the music pack.
I used to listen to Joe Rogan while playing Dota, and I think it lost me some MMR.
I listen to music, but I can't. I don't listen to too much with lyrics if I'm trying to super focus. But
Ooh, he likes electronica.
Uh-oh.
What's the Merlini play?
oh yeah,
Definitely not
transfers. Yeah,
manager,
yeah,
no.
yeah. You put on like a.
What is it? Trance world.
A state of
around
trance.
the world.
A state of trance. There you go. Armin van Buren.
Does it also enable you to buy Blinks and Midas's or boost
Blink-
travel on every hero?
BOT Midas on every hero. Yeah.
Dude, Carl just used a trusty shovel in mid.
And he got more trusty shovels.
I'm channeling. the
What?
spirit.
You can get more shovels?
Yes.
He found a bundle of more
That's like
shovels.
wishing for more wishes from a genie.
You can
is.
go infinite.
To the moon.
All right, who's dying first?
Ooh.
You want to get some action?
No, I'm not a first blood better, but who is most likely to die?
I'm feeling like AA. AA is going to get popped.
In a vacuum, that's a pretty good choice.
Nah, Warlock dies to Enigma rotation.
Warlock's staying in his
That
box.
one's looking pretty likely, I'll say.
Oh.
Although these mid heroes are also getting pretty low. Down bottom, Rubik.
Rubik.
Boombox.
Oh no, the body
blocks.
They got him. No. Boomy.
Bocarino with the big body. He makes the grand
Oh, Jail takes it.
Nicely done.
That's so clutch. Oh, man. He's got boots now.
I believed in Boomy. Oh, well.
AA boots this early?
yeah, AA not usually a boots hero, but now that he has this new chilling touch, very much a boots hero. Just trading all
Is
the
it-
time.
Is he though? The range is. Do you need boots to get chilling touch?
Well, I think just like guaranteed trades and everything,
Yeah.
you know, catching people out in the lane. You can't stay as close for last hits. It just feels way better than it used to, is how I would put it.
I think the other thing is just getting towards arcanes super quickly if he can get them. Although, does he just go Trinkles now? I don't know.
Who needs arcanes?
His Wraith King wants him to get arcanes.
Yeah.
Radiant
Give me mana. Some more dudes can steal
What's
more.
going on with Death
We
Prophet, man?
can spam.
Did Death Prophet just walk back to base?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's getting worked.
Oh.
So let's take a look at the last hits. 13 and 8, and in the mid lane, 15 and 10. So actually, not getting worked that hard. They're working each other.
Yeah, but she'd have walked.
But she TP'd back. I mean, she
She have a level.
It's not that bad. Wait, how many creeps did he miss? Like
A wave.
a whole wave, really?
Yeah. Because now Medusa's 5 1/4.
yeah, it's fine. She's gonna clear this up.
5 1/4, but he's got 3 creeps here.
At least it's
Oh, yeah, maybe we're
Rubik.
We'll see how close they are here,
Rubik.
Trent.
Rubik.
Okay, so
That's
is he?
6.
That's just the deny
no.
difference. I don't think he missed too many creeps, or maybe 1 or 2.
I think he missed at least 2 or 3.
2 or 3.
What are we looking at?
All right, show me the instant replay.
She's fine.
It
although
didn't look
she-
like he shoved it out enough,
Oh,
but
look,
maybe he
but
did.
is he gonna get this stat?
Trent, look at this.
Yo, Boombox, go to the
value.
Rubik. Go to the Rubik. Jeez.
All right, the Rubik's dead. I'm gonna go ahead and say this stack was more valuable.
Yeah,
All right.
probably.
Well, if he gets to clear it.
Once he finishes.
Oh, he's gonna get to clear it.
Oh, wait, 3 for 1 on the bounties? It would seem as well. I know you were busy arguing with things that don't matter while bounty runs were happening. It's fine.
Amplfy got 3 of them.
Ooh.
Midas Wraith King. How you feeling about that action?
Okay, just not Radiance.
As long as it's not right.
Yeah, I'm
He
fine
hasn't-
with
He
Midas.
hasn't decided yet.
I'm okay with Midas Armlet.
I've seen that one before. It's pretty okay.
You guys are gonna look dumb when he buys the Crimson Guard after his mad.
If he buys Crimson Guard, I'll give you like 5 to 1 on that just as a gift because
Okay.
it's so unlikely.
I'm digging that.
Yeah, you're gonna be really in the hole. Valley Town, lyrical.
I don't even have to bet right now, man. I'm raking it in.
may need a hand.
I'm just a generous fella.
I appreciate that.
Well, Enigma's been having a fun time.
Yeah, he's farmed.
He's got some arcanes.
Warlock, hello?
Hey, oh,
What?
yeah, they're not on the same team.
No.
Oh, what?
They really aren't.
Night Pulse.
Wanted to come see what Enigma was up to. You know?
Oh, the spear. Oh, falls short.
Oh, I like the idea though.
So that's a lot of time on these Eidolons. Enigma is level 5, so he does poke pretty hard. No kill, but
Do they really just get away with doing whatever they want? Like, are they suffering anywhere else for this Enigma? I don't think so.
No, not really.
they're letting the Ember free farm, and Tide is getting a fair amount of farm down bottom.
But everything
so-
else is trades.
yeah.
Yeah, seems pretty okay.
And Deuce's winning mid. That is making up for it a little bit.
Yeah.
The lack of rotations.
It's a pretty good matchup.
Maxed out Snake now, so.
Anyone who you can just bully with Snake, which is most heroes, I think, at this point.
Is anybody unbullyable?
Oh, the wraparound on
Anti-mage. And yeah, anti-mage can reflect it.
Okay. We have seen that matchup, actually.
Yeah.
I've cast a Medusa versus AM mid, and I've seen the AM win.
Wasn't there a game as well where somebody picked like a Slark versus a Medusa mid, and the Slark...
That actually sounds familiar. Did we cast a game like that?
I don't know. I can't say I remember.
Was it?
How would that help?
Was it WCG qualifiers?
Radiant's middle
Well,
tower
it wasn't good. I think it was just a failed experiment, right? Wasn't that the whole...
Maybe.
Doesn't even describe it.
I'll try and find it.
Oh, TP top. Nice rotation from Jo.
Wow. Jumps
keep him alive?
Finds the kill on Mars, the 1-for-1.
Costly for the Ember Spirit, though. Top of the net worth to die for a Mars who's kind of middle of the pack.
At least he gets the kill first, though.
True.
So he gets some XP out of it. But you're right.
Yeah, wasn't it mid one? Mid one played?
Yeah,
Slark.
that sounds familiar.
Okay, I'm not remembering the right game then. So how did that go? Did he...
Is that the one where they got destroyed?
I think they may have lost that game. He won the lane, did he?
Yeah, I don't recall.
Why is Slark
I was
good
like
against
probably
Medusa,
casting
though?
it.
Steal stats. I don't know.
Well, in the lane, I mean. You're right when it comes to the late game. That is definitely a factor.
I don't know.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. It's not definitive.
Meanwhile, in this game,
Yeah.
Well, sick analysis,
we got
guys.
Boombox mid being forced out here.
He'll be Jo. Is? I think just can get fade bolted.
Okay, Boop. He's not going to be all right.
Oh.
Got him.
Ayo, it's Jo.
All right,
5-1.
Amplfy.
Yo, look at this Jo AA, like TP's top, helps to kill the Ember, then rotates mid, like roaming AA with boots.
Yeah,
Yeah,
finding kills.
This is the power of Wraith King. It frees up your supports.
Jo is doing it. Left, right, and center.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Cold feet.
attack.
Oh, no, he's gone 2-1-2.
He's gonna get 6
hybrid.
before 10 minutes.
I can't stand when A's don't take the Valley Point and Ice Vortex.
The Vortex is going to be super value with Mars as well, right?
Yeah.
Because the arena does magical damage as well. So,
No way.
No way, man.
what?
We've proven we know a lot about Mars this game.
Magical damage.
Yeah.
I've bought Veil on Mars before.
No way. I bought Veil. I mean, there's a lot of magic
Yeah.
between the spear and the arena.
I had like a crystal in my team, so.
Fortified their structures.
All right.
Quality stats. All right, Wraith King's making the rotation up here. They missed the
nice
spear,
dodge.
though. I don't even know if that was intentional. But if it was, kudos. Oh, and then the Remnant, too. Just get out of my lane. Oh,
there's the
give him the
arena.
black hole.
They don't need it.
Yeah, they
Okay, they needed it.
the wand was coming back soon. Just to get
The spear was coming back too, though. I thought he was going to get the stun.
Dire's middle tower
It's looking even right
Might
now.
have been
on the
close.
bet.
That's fine. He doesn't need black hole.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
The Ember, the wand timing was the thing they were concerned about because he didn't have enough mana for the Remnant yet.
How much
to be
damage did she
activated?
get on the tower there?
A lot.
Almost dead.
That's huge.
Well, speaking of dead towers, how about top? The Skellies and Eidolons.
Down bottom.
Ah!
well at them.
Not a...
Going. The amazing all-round item for the heroes. Good stats, buffs up everything. Gets
Jo getting in there for the wards and the D wards, but he's scouting out doing it. And so that observer ward probably not going to last long, but spotting everything Mac Daddy's doing.
Surprise. Dire Dusa farming the tri-camp.
Dire putting pressure on the mid lane at the same time, though, and it's taking the rest of the team. And he has the golem, but if they get this tower for free, this is a big win.
Is Mars coming in?
There is no black hole, but Carl's here with the exorcism. Out comes the arena and Bocarino. He'll be the first one to fall. Now Adroit on the run. The golem has been dropped, but they'll just turn and kill it. And now Warlock also falls. Bad fight for the Dire.
Double kill.
Yeah, Mars showing up, just owns.
Kind of needed the Dusa there. Stone Gaze could have helped out quite a bit.
Feels like they're just trying to slow them down. Try and delay the game for the side of Amplfy, but that, if anything, only helped them, I think.
At
Gives them a nice tip to the Bocarino.
At least Exorcism was used. Yep. They didn't use Ravage.
This guy has no chill, man.
Okay, so they're gonna come back, and I guess they'll get it this time around.
Whose voice is the no chill?
That's Seb. It's from True Sight.
Yeah.
Well, 8-1, 2,000 gold lead, and they will get the tower this time most likely. Although they might catch an Ice Blast for it. It's
Dude, Bocarino silenced. Don't hit him. Oh, he might. Oh, yeah, he got
I think they're going down. Oh.
But Wraith King's here, the big bad boss, still a Stone Gaze, holding it. Spear off the mark from Mars. Now Adroit make the retreat, high ground tied. He should be all right, but Dusa caught by the Yules. Stone Gaze comes out. A lot of damage on the Wraith King. He does not have it. He's just dead. Couldn't get off the stick in time.
Oh, no.
I think he was Stone Gazed.
Yeah.
Arena. Stolen Arena. Hey, they get the deny.
Did they need to commit that hard to trying to defend this tower?
I mean, defending the tier 1 is good.
They could have won the fight if Wraith King had
Yes.
gotten ulti off, so.
Yeah.
I think their game plan just went awry.
Medusa. Man, that snake. Please.
The snake into the gaze.
Take it away.
This is before Talon even, right?
I know.
What the heck?
I mean, he was already just kind of low on mana. He was trying to play with the wand. He got.
Cocky.
Oh, he's going Radiance.
Oh.
Middle tower may need a hand.
Whoops.
Oh, I don't like this. I think your team has enough damage. If he just gets more, I think I'd prefer to see him just get more single target.
Dire are going the items that the Radiant need to go. They got a Vlad's on the Tide Hunter now.
I just wish he would blink on Wraith King, or blink on Warlock, and blink on Rubik, and make them do things. And I think this Wraith King would be valuable.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he can go straight for the backlines. He could just initiate with Mars. They both go in.
Yeah.
This right here is exactly what we were afraid of. You work on your Radiance and Big Mackie.
I mean, they're still going to have a really long timing where Medusa doesn't do all that much.
She's almost at the Manta. That's the first check mark.
Right.
What does she go after this? Okay, Scotty. It's a lot of ulti orbs.
Medusa likes stats.
Yeah. It's her jam.
She does.
She likes all the stats.
No other hero benefits from Ultimate Orb as much as Medusa.
So, like,
is that a fact?
That's a Zyori fact. If you want to challenge
that's probably close enough.
you could submit it in writing, and I'm not going to read it.
Oh, he's still idle on
Medusa with the Vlads as well from the Tide. Going to be super nice. Tide might even get a solar at some point, buffer up a little bit more.
Oh, I like that.
Maybe you get the Aghanim Scepter later on. You get the minus armor with the AoE Gush.
All right, relax.
Do you ever go
crazy?
Do you ever go phase boots on Medusa, or is she just a straight treads girl all the way through?
That seems pretty bad.
I see both.
Phase seems bad?
Yeah, phase seems kind of off on this hero.
I mean, I like it when I play her.
She likes to stand still.
You can get through the other side of somebody. Sometimes. Like, you can run through somebody and get Stone Gaze on them.
Yeah. Yeah, Trent.
I don't know.
You never thought about that big brain play, did you? Phase through them.
It's only 10% movement speed for a ranged.
I'm not sure which one farms faster.
Oh, right. They changed that. So, yeah, it's probably less good now. I know that they used to do it occasionally.
I think treads seem a little bit better. She gets a lot of value out of the stats.
She likes the toggling.
I forgot about the
toggle.
speed for melee versus.
The real meta is dropping your items before your Mystic Snake comes back to you. That's the.
Yeah, I don't bother with that.
That doesn't surprise me.
And your medal is.
Wagging the gaga. Yeah.
All right, they need to get so much before Scotty.
Is it really worth it to drop your arcane boots every time you use Soul Ring?
Yeah.
For most heroes,
You know what
yes.
the real meta is on supports when you have a Clarity running and you've got arcane boots. You disassemble your arcane boots, you put the energy booster in the backpack, unlock combining on one of the two, and then before you're about to cast the spell, then you lock it back together.
Wow.
Genius.
That's, oh, the rocket comes down, does connect on 2. Enigma taking a lot of damage, but on the back line, might be able to live. No, Natsumi will get him. Wraith King TP's out, though. No way to stop that, and it'll just be a quick 1-0.
All right, time to go again. Enigma's dead. As soon as he's back up, go take towers. Rock's down.
1 second.
Oh, well, let me just check Wraith King. Oh, okay, actually, Wraith King's really farmed, guys.
Yeah, he's super fun.
He actually has quite a little bit of gold. Say how long till he does something. It's not bad. It's better than I expected. I thought he was going to be further away from the Radiance.
But the Radiance timing has to be like the timing.
Yes, unfortunately.
They got to get like all the tier. They got to win like 2 fights, take all the tier 2s.
So this is what's going to happen. He's going to get Radiance, then Death Prophet's going to be like, well, guys, we don't want to fight till I get my Aghanims. I need a few more minutes. And then they're going to wait for that. And then there's going to be something the Enigma needs. Oh, his BKB. Then they're going to wait, oh, guys, I can't Black Hole until I get BKB.
Oh, but now we need Aegis before we go high ground.
And then Wraith King's going to say, well, guys, my Mjolnir is just right around the corner. All I need is the Hyperstone, and they're going to get stuck in this cycle of one more item. I'm telling you.
A little bit of sailing going on in the chat here.
Wait.
Some WTFs thrown out.
Oh. What do you think they're saying?
Well, it looks like somebody...
Did someone resume?
Yeah.
Adroit resumed.
Sorry, boss, misclick.
Macedon... I thought that said manlet. That says main.
Man, they're throwing Mac under the bus. Something about Mac there. Yeah. Talaga.
Yeah.
Classic Mac Daddy.
Looks like it was just a miscommunication.
Just
that's okay.
These things happen.
Guys, we're back in the game.
BKB for Mars. The Vlad's
J.O.'s on the run here, guys. J.O. be dead.
Yeah, what does the BKB do for Mars? I mean, it's really good against Tide. I guess, is he really that afraid of the snake? Is it just for the snake?
The snake is kind of scary. I don't think it's just for the snake.
Well,
top tower is getting
that's kind of like a break point to push you over. I don't think he would buy it just for the Tide. So.
Well, Ember too, right?
He's under
like Ember's got tons of damage. He's got Maelstrom. And that is one thing right now for Dire is that they don't have that much damage until Medusa starts to get like physical.
If you're worried about the damage, I think you just get a pipe.
Oh, Riven?
Oh, this happens a lot.
Grab Boomy.
I forgot that the spear hits trees,
the shield.
So I can't. Like, well, what did the Arena of Blood do there? Nothing.
Yeah.
I guess in case he had friends nearby. Not a lot of vision there, so
intimidated him.
Yeah.
Sounded cool.
Assert dominance.
Yeah.
It looks super cool. What a cool.
It also sounds cool.
You know, they're gonna sync up the Zags and Radiance. I'm just saying.
It's gonna be
good.
It's gonna be a good timing.
Yeah, wishful thinking at its finest.
Look at her. They're
both
equally far away.
That's what happens when you get those towers, man.
Oh.
But if Mars was doing BKB for the damage, then I feel like he would be better off just getting a pipe for his team. Like, surely he just pipes everyone.
He just bought a Vlad's.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, I like that a lot. Yeah, okay, nice.
He still needs the recipe, but
I think his team was yelling at him the same way Basecamp was. Why does the BKB do for you, dude?
We need Vlad.
Is that your Basecamp impression?
No, that was my impression of them impersonating you.
Ah, okay.
Ah, yes.
That's full meta there.
Yep.
Uh-oh, dude's nice stun with the spear.
Is this worth it?
They don't have. They don't steal. They could have Black Hold there.
Oh, there's still a Ravage, though.
That's fair. No BKB.
But was a good setup, and then Dusa just kills all those Eidolons, and it's kind of like, well, thanks, guys. That kind of worked out.
Why does Dusa have this Force Staff?
Safety
Is
first?
it to get away from Mars?
I guess.
You can't force... Can you force out of the arena? I actually don't know.
No.
So what, only like Blink and BKB get you
Or
out?
height.
Yeah, anything that...
Height.
So
you can jump over it.
Batrider can Firefly over it.
So
Winter Wyvern can...
Earthshaker Aghanims can jump out of it.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I feel like maybe a Hurricane Pike is pretty value, though, against the Wraith King once he gets on him.
Maybe.
That might be one of the reasons why.
But he's still going back for Scotty now.
Right.
So I mean, he must just want it for the mobility to like, maybe he can get out of cold feet or
Radiant's delivered while they're coming in. JO's gonna tank the gang.
The eggs. All right, there's the timing.
They find JO.
Buyback fight? No?
Buyback fight.
I mean, they were in kind of a weird position there, right?
I don't know. Does the Mars have TP?
That could have been part of it.
He does.
He has his Vlad now too.
Radiant's middle tower.
The eggs out. All right, they've hit the two big items.
Stolen spear up top.
They got him caught.
They pinned him.
Taste of his own medicine. Arena of blood. He's going to try to make the retreat.
Trying to use the wall.
Ember can get out.
Nice.
Now the blink TP. He should make it.
Oh, he made it. Ember's out of mana. That was pretty cool.
Mid lane.
Nice.
Got him caught. Popping exorcism for this one with the Aghanim.
Carl?
Super ambitious.
Carl?
Pop that for a tide?
Carl?
All right, swing to the pit. Let's go.
The other thing is they knew that the rest of them were there, right? Like, because they all TP to go after the Mars.
What?
I guess maybe Carl thought it was some kind of bait and they were going to jump on him for a team fight. We did miss the setup.
They want to get things done so badly right now because they know that Medusa is just farming. But they're never like
That's
fully
a
on
big
the same
cooldown
page.
though, because we were talking about this timing.
Adroit gonna punish.
Is this the play?
No Arena of Blood and no Exo.
And they have every ultimate. I think this is certainly a play.
He's got Greaves. He can back out.
Yeah.
Not JO again.
Good thing he didn't buy back earlier.
Good thing he's got these boots.
Yeah, you show him JO.
Oh, in mid lane they've got Mars again. All right, he's backing away.
Dire's top tower is not on top.
I feel like Amplfy, they've got this like really nice timing. Just get together maybe and try and make a move.
Something.
Wait, they just canceled TPs back to that top tower.
They're all drifting top. They're gonna like.
They're gonna be too late.
He's under attack. Dire's
Or is Mars?
Dude, he's committing.
Why isn't the rest of the Radiant coming top?
I don't know. Why they just TP'd? Okay, Wraith King's leaving.
This is weird, man.
Look at these skeletons go. Warlock's like, I can't do it alone.
I mean, Adroit are chasing them around as 5 heroes, so they're not fully farming. Like, I think that the triangle has probably gone unfarmed for the last couple of minutes. Deuce is not really. She's still on top,
but there's still it's still a trade of farm, right? Like,
yeah, that's true. Still heading towards the late game.
Well, think about this Death Prophet who just got that Aghanim now almost has Blink, even after she whiffed her ulti. The fact they didn't punish that DP ulti is disappointing, I'm sure.
They gotta go. Everyone's got to go to one lane.
Yeah.
Why is everyone like Mars and Enigma are top? Wraith King's now
They're
bottom.
gonna get a kill.
Okay, that's nice.
They just killed Ember.
Oh, my bad.
Black hole.
All right.
Sorry.
And then they tipped him.
Hold him.
All right, this is big then.
All right. Well, Wraith King got a blink dagger, so we can split push. Skelly's again. Mackie gonna clean it up.
Are they gonna get anything out of this Ember kill? Are they gonna go use their spells?
I mean,
Team?
DP's ult just now coming up.
But they could have been moving into position for something
No,
with
you're-
10 seconds to go.
This is really cool, though, because this timing now, it's not only all those things, it's also getting mass blink daggers. Like, DP just picked one up.
Yeah.
They're just going to go into the Roche pit with Ember dead.
Well, at the moment, Dire's top tower is done for.
Nani?
This is...
It's a DD run.
Yeah, but still...
He's losing mana.
They've got to be really careful here.
I mean, they do have Ravage, and now Ember is back
Yeah,
up.
Mars is high ground.
Does Mars have
This
TP?
is the weirdest game
Mars doesn't have
the
mana.
qualifiers.
I mean, without Black Hole, I guess this feels more of a safe bet for Adroit. But Carl, again, he pops his ult and they just disengage.
Where's the blinks?
Go back into Roche.
Okay.
No, it's all right. They got the Ice Blast on. They know it's a guaranteed kill.
Dire's bottom tower.
Kind of waste the Ravage a little bit. Remember, Mac does have a double damage rune on here.
Carl running in.
He's going in pretty far. I don't know. Carl, he doesn't have the Yules.
Bottom tower is on its way.
He's going to
Yo,
live.
Wraith King's high grounding bot. He's got the tier 3. The skeleton.
Got the Skellies.
Almost.
I don't know what happened over the past, like, 3.5 minutes.
Dire got it.
It looked really good for the Radiant.
Dire got it in their heads to take Roche, and then the Radiant were like,
It's
high
a
ground
8,000
opportunity.
gold lead now for the Radiant. Look at this turn of events.
Dire have just ran in circles.
Yeah,
as
Dire
five.
have just been running around as 5 heroes. No one's. I swear, these ancients have gone unfarmed.
I would agree.
For like 5 minutes now.
Yeah, look at him.
They're slowly regenning.
0.5 at a time.
Deuce Dusa should not be getting overtaken on net worth like this. That is not. He was like 3K up on the Wraith King.
And now almost all of the cores, including the Enigma now, are going to be caught up to this Dusa.
I regret taking action on this match either way. I'm like stressing out here. These teams are like...
I mean, I think Adroit, Amplfy actually are doing it really well. They're playing this really well.
Given the way that Adroit are playing, I think that Amplfy are making the right decisions.
Yes.
Like,
That's a good way to frame it.
If the enemy team is just deathballing you and you have these free split push chances, sure.
Do it.
Like, if you can get a tier 3 for free and then take the shrines away from the Dusa and the Dire team, go for it.
Yeah.
I just don't think Adroit are making the right moves.
Gabrior just camping up top in the trees. Enigma has the black hole back in 10 seconds or so.
It's almost as if Adroit feel like they need to be the ones to make the move, which is the weird situation, because I don't...
Because they've got the late game. They've got the stall draft.
Maybe like we're reading it wrong and they don't, but to me it still feels like they clearly can handle this going into the late game.
All things equal, they should, but now with a 10K net worth disadvantage at 27 minutes, it's starting to feel a little more difficult.
I mean, none of their bottom 4 heroes have that much farm, is the thing.
His numbers broke as a joke.
The Medusa and the Rubik are showing up top here, and Wraith King's also on the way, but they're not even going to make their way to the wave.
And then now we're back into this, what kind of feels like a stalemate almost. Where Amplfy are all grouped up on their side, Adroit are kind of reacting to these split pushes. A dire Tinker Ward up here.
It's been there for a little bit. I don't know.
Good thing Rio's not playing that far up.
Was that all done just by like vision from Amplfy? Because it felt like they knew where they were going at all times.
I wouldn't say it didn't seem completely.
I mean, the catch from Adroit is also pretty mediocre, right?
Yeah.
Rubik doesn't have a blink or anything. It's just
got it.
It's just the slight chains.
It was a peculiar decision to sort of commit to Roche the way that they did, just because they got a double damage. They weren't really that close to killing it, and they obviously don't have the confidence without the rune.
There's the advantages of Ancient Apparition right there, man.
Yeah.
Position 5 with vision like that is huge, because they sent in a Medusa illusion, pass the Radiant Ward, and then if you don't have vision, you have to go in and be like, all right, we don't know if Medusa's like roasting right now or
what. It's the
double
damage again.
Will they be baited by this one?
I think
again, they have the vision on the Radiant.
They got the Scotty now.
Yo, DP, don't blink in for that.
It's a good point. The black hole was on cooldown.
Yeah.
But
they still got killed afterwards.
yeah.
They
passed him the bottle to hang on to the DD, so maybe still thinking about a play.
I feel like Ember should be. Well, I guess he pushed it all the way to the tier 2 at bottom.
At this
I think
point,
he should be farming the Radiant jungle. I don't understand why he's here with his team. He's got a BKB, right? He can't die.
Yeah. I think well, I guess he did just get black holed, so he might be a little nervous about that.
That's true.
Wraith King might just be saying, guys, I really want 20. He needs to use his Midas, though.
No, he's saying, I really want my Assault Cuirass.
I do think you're a little bit right, Andrew, about this like +1 item holding pattern.
But also, they're getting way more farm out of the map right now because of the way Adroit is moving.
Yeah.
So it kind of is okay.
As long as it doesn't dip back down to like 3K or something, and then you know.
If they lose a fight here, that's where that gets scary.
This is the thing, like with the Ember lineup there and the Ember Deuce lineup, the lead is being accentuated for Amplfy. It's now up to 9K.
Aggressive play from Adroit. It's a smoke, but rather suspicious.
I don't know.
Damage Dusa. Just
how do you get on this Warlock right now? That is very difficult still, I think.
They have
their
Blink Prophet.
Is that enough though?
They've got like 4 blinks, or 3 blinks.
I still think it's hard to get the Prophet with their heroes. Sorry, the Warlock.
The tower died.
They push her in. Tower's down. BKB used from Ryor. Underwhelming 10-second BKB
And the skeletons go down top. And they fan out. These guys are crazy.
They sure are.
Wraith King stuns to get the bounty room. And now he's almost at level 20. He's just about to get it. They won't have to worry about that snake anymore.
It's this fight breaking out.
Does it almost feel like the mindset of both teams is that the Dire has better team fight? That's kind of the way that they're playing, right?
Yeah.
Like they went mid, they beat their chest, they hit that tier 2
Oh my
tower.
god, this guy's insane.
What?
Oh, I don't like that.
Are you kidding me?
Is that really worth taking the 2x skeleton spawn?
I don't know. That seems really strange.
We've seen it be good, and he's been getting these split pushes and the ratting, but man, the risk.
Snake.
The risk. I don't like it.
And it's already happened once where he has died with stick charges and couldn't get the ultimate off.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
that means you have to buy BKB, I think, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that. Why would you do this? You farm so fast so you can farm the BKB because you get it, but I think there's a reason why this talent is far more popular against any sort of mana steal.
And Deuce, this is another factor here. Deuce is closing in onto the butterfly, and they don't really have a great solution for that either. Wraith King does not want to buy MKB.
They get the scan.
He's turning on his radiance, turning it on and off.
I mean, they get the scan, but then what? They're smoked up, and they're...
It's like, yes, they are there.
So we're going to smoke bottom.
They keep on leading in terms of net worth. Like, they keep on getting more gold on the Radiant, but I feel like even if you're starting to get more value, the value that Adroit gets from each individual item on Deuce is so much bigger than everybody else in Amplfy.
Radiant has an Enigma, so...
No, but I sort of agree with Lyrical, because it's also the Ember Spirit, too. He's working towards an Aghanims now. Like, these items that they're getting on Adroit now feel like they're harder to deal with. Aghanims on Ember, Butterfly on Dusa, those are big boys. I care about those more than Assault Karas on Wraith King.
They got the Stone Gaze talent on Dusa also at 20. So it's going to be, maybe they have to do like the blink behind and then like Black Hole not facing Dusa.
Boki starting to make steps towards the refresher. Still pretty far off there.
She's a slow burn tonight.
Very strange game. Maybe feels a little bit like the best of one syndrome when there's so much on the line. As we mentioned, both these teams right in the middle of the pack. This
100%.
match could actually be a defining moment of who makes top 4, who doesn't.
I think that's partially why they wanted Dire, too.
Yeah, so everyone's just playing so safe right now. Almost too safe, but it's like that grand final effect.
We haven't taken a Roche yet, have we?
No. Gonna die?
No,
oh,
never went backward.
Whoa.
Dire's courier
Lift.
was lost.
Done.
Okay, there's the butterfly done.
Oh,
It's on the courier, I mean, so you can't get it. Max, pop the ult, Max.
he's trying to get out.
Oh, he tried to force step through it.
He gets the ult. Max probably still dead. Bocarino with the Ravage. 2 down. Dusa does not have buyback.
They can't Black Hole. They bought back on the Rubik.
They kill Boomy. Warlock on the side. Interrupts it with the Golem, but it's too little too late.
Well, he's still walking.
Don't chase the Warlock. Go take Rack's spot.
All right, he's coming back.
All right.
So she tried to, because the 4-step can get you through if the wall is down, like the shield, but she couldn't time it fast enough.
Bocarino now getting repelled. Exorcism is done, so they won't push that fast, but maybe Wraith King, glad he's taking that talent now. Dusa in the on the sideline for 40 seconds. It's all the Ember. This is really bad for the Dire.
Give him the skellies.
Run in there.
The skeletons were right. The 35 attack damage. The 2x spawn.
So there is still an outer tower, though. That's a tier 2, so they're mid, but...
They can go top. Or they're not going to go top? All right.
Draft of the summons.
Should take the.
Oh, look mid. The Warlock Golem. It's pulled the creeps back. They don't have creeps.
Nice.
They should take that top shrine.
Yeah, they can get Roche too.
Enigma's on it.
Shrine first, though. Okay, no, they're just going straight into Rush. I guess Ravage is still on cooldown.
Enigma's just holding it.
That is one of the other cool things about this draft, particularly with the Mars, like against Dusa. Dusa doesn't want to get BKB. So if you catch her in that, it's going to be real hard to get her out.
Yeah, what a few big cores like that really doesn't want it.
I mean, even if the Dusa gets trapped outside of the arena, right, then it's just blocking projectiles.
Yeah, it's true.
You can all just hide inside, kill the rest of his team. Then
But inside the Thunderdome.
yeah. In the bunker.
Do Adroit have a chance here? How bad is this? It's only one
It's
lane.
Warlock Ravage. I think they definitely still have a pretty good chance. Plus, it's Medusa Ember.
You know?
There's 2 cores to hold high ground.
Like, that really wasn't that crippling. It's a 19k net worth advantage, which is getting massive.
Okay,
but
it's I don't know. I'd say it's not that crippling. It's very bad.
One lane of Rax is not that crippling. They used, what, 1 buyback on Rubik?
Yeah, but it's a 19k lead.
I think
it's a pretty big
The
edge.
Dusa has like one last Hail Mary, which is the level 25 Mjolnir.
And remember, she's about to get her butterfly in 20 seconds when the courier comes back. That also made a big difference.
All right, well, give me a call when she's got Mjolnir 25 and a rapier, and I'll talk to you.
All right,
how does that sound?
You're awfully confident for this Radiant team that does not seem so confident themselves.
Well, someone's going to be confident for them, and that shall be I.
Oh, for fudge's sake, what are you doing? 5 seconds till the courier's up. Ravage does come out. They've actually done some decent damage in return, but the BKBs are on, and Deucer's down. Another lack of buyback scenario. Boki, he's going to shatter here, and unfortunately, Trent might be right again.
They give him the tip.
Oh, Carl charging forward. Buyback's being used, but it doesn't matter. They don't have their Deucer. This is one of the most depressing Deuce death games I've ever seen, where you get the butterfly and then you have 2 game-losing deaths back to back. Before you can get it off that dead courier, you fly the courier over to buy the item over a smoked team. Like, what are the chances of that, Trent?
What are the chances?
I can't predict these sort of plays.
Exactly.
Right. GG.
And that's why Dota's so
well played
wonderful.
by Amplified.
They give him the pause.
Oh, no, it's an auto pause.
Yeah, he DC'd.
Oh, the
Bocarino's
good music.
But Deadmau5 is happy.
Sure enough.
Deadmau5 knows the game's
That's
over.
interesting that the music played.
Yes.
As the pause happened, so we just get a little taste of it.
Well, we are even. Congratulations, my friend.
I've dug myself out of the open qual.
Dire just fortified their structures. Dire's top tower isn't well at the moment.
Yo, this guy has no chill, man.
Hello, this is Gabe Newell. Thanks for playing Dota 2. Double kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Jugs opt to go for the Manta instead, which I don't think is really necessary at all in this game. No need for the Manta. Nothing to dodge, really.
Dire's middle tower is under fire.
Mid lane gonna start being pushed in. KP is there with the double boars. Moon will be there on the Quap, and you have Ninja Boogie there on the Grimstroke as well. They won't quite get the tower down yet, but they do chip it down quite a bit. And again, they force out more rotations from the side of 496 to really try and defend this, because with how far behind they are right now, you do need to just commit more bodies to save these towers.
You definitely do, right? The moment you lose those towers, it's going to be much easier for Mineski to check up your jungle, to slow down your progression in your backup farm, and there's not much you can do about that, so you have to keep these objectives healthy. But KP is actually scouting Vivian out, and, well, he's forced to walk away. But Vivian, again, working on that Midas. It's not going to be a very fast one. He only has Gloves of Haste. It's probably going to take him 2 minutes to 5 minutes if it's really bad in the jungle for him to find farm.
Bit of a chase here. Red does get a call off on Nico Baby, but that's not the target you want to call. He will end up getting taken down by Raging Potato, actually, on the Rubik, who picks that up. Still a 6-4 now. Red really starting to drop off on the axe, and I mean, his was the only lane that was kind of going well. He still hasn't found that Vanguard yet. And we are almost 11 minutes into this game, so that is not going to be great timing on him. Anymore.
Not much. Not much. They're sharing the jungle with, what is this, 3 heroes now? You have 458 jungling, you have Yasi jungling, you have Vivian jungling. How much jungle space is there really to speed up your farm?
There's not going to be much, especially after that T1 tower in the mid lane goes down, and Mineski understand exactly where everyone is. And with that Beastmaster Hawk, they'll be able to just keep scouting them out as well. Now the Inksword Nico Baby with the spin onto Vivian. He's kind of a sitting duck. He does have Reincarnate at the least, so now Nico Baby just wants to get the hell out. Yassi, he does have Black Hole and should commit it here, so he doesn't quite yet, and he may not need it, though there's the Omni.
Oh, no.
Sanities will be dodged completely. Nico now going for the spin, run away. There's the Black Hole coming out. That should be enough to find this Juggernaut kill, although Nico still alive, but will eventually go down. Meanwhile, though, that BB goes down to the bot lane. Moon found him on the Quap, and now they might find Red, although he'll run away just in the nick of time. You did have to commit the Sanities and the Black Hole for that Juggernaut kill, though, up to the top lane. I still think it was very important for them to find it. Definitely not as cheap as you would have hoped, though.
Yeah, it came at a pretty high cost. You do manage to secure that big kill. Nico Baby feels like he really kind of overextended there. For a Raid King, I mean, you should understand, with all that time it takes to kill the Raid King, they'd be back online.
Red's in trouble. Moon's still chasing, doesn't have much mana left, and Yassi actually going to be a bit of a bait here. They go for the Astral. They do have help in the back though. There's the core. Another Astral coming up. This time around it was from Ninja Boogie on the Rubik. Moon will be able to blink out in time. He definitely doesn't want to give his life away, because any bit of gold you give to 496 right now is very valuable. Oh, he blinks back into the tree line where they just were and actually just TP's out. In fact, no, he'll cancel the TP. I'm not sure if he was meant to do that. Now he'll just blink his way out back into the lane, I guess. And yeah, perhaps he just meant to cancel that TP. Like, he still has plenty of HP and mana. So why not just keep farming? In fact,
yeah, and you have a smoke coming out as well.
Mineski, just get a roar off from 458. That'll be enough. KP, he finds it. They have the follow-up Inkswar as well. 458 though has time to Astral, but now the Soulbind on Red is going to be fairly annoying for him. He won't be able to move forward, but it looks like the rest of Mineski have backed off.
Fearsome Dire.
And unfortunately, Mineski, they didn't time the Inkswar Roar combination perfectly. It is a very hard combo to time, to be fair. But had they timed it perfectly, they probably would have found that kill on the OD.
Yeah, that would have been a nice kill. Again, you want to slow down these cores from 496. You have done a pretty good job of it, but they are starting to catch up a bit. You are giving them a bit of space. So, you know, you really need to secure these objectives early on. Mineski has not really progressed down that mid too much. But again, that's down to 496 bringing the bodies to bear to counteract that push. They are still growing pretty big on Nico Baby, but he really needs a bit more. He has his Yasha up. He's going for the Maelstrom next. The timing's still pretty darn good. It's not as good as it was for In Your Dream, but it is definitely up there. Of course, he is #1 in that fort right now, and he's going to be really annoying to deal with. We already saw it, of course. Just mistiming your Sandhees can come at a very big cost, because he's not going to take the damage in the Omni Slash.
The tower is under attack.
.458 doing a pretty decent job on the OD of trying to catch up in farm, though he does still remain fairly behind.
Dire's middle tower is under fire.
Almost 1k behind Moon. Now Battle Hunger comes out again from Ninja on the Rubik. Stole the equilibrium off the OD. Should be interesting to watch. Nothing too special though. I'm sure he would have preferred the Astral. Boogie does get spotted out. Yassi does throw out the Malefice. They do have the Black Hole if necessary, and there's a Soulbind being thrown out as well, though they'll keep chasing Ninja. He has no help around. Inkswar will be there just in case, but Winter's Curse comes out. Meanwhile, Red goes down to the bot lane. Ninja Boogie will eventually die.
Dire's bottom tower had a tragic ending.
Why Winter's Curse there?
They really wanted to kill? That's the only real thing. They just wanted to kill off Ninja Boogie, I guess, and I mean, they lost to tier 1 for that. They lost their axe. I'd say they definitely lost out in that trade. But you take what you can get if you're 496 here. You still get a kill. That is a bit more gold going the way of your OD as well. You're starting to build up just a bit, and of course Mineski, they're not really maximizing the space they have yet, although they will go for the mid tower now.
Dire's middle tower.
Again, that mid tower going to be so important for 496. It's just going to take so much control away from them. They will lose it. They won't get a deny off. You'll see the OD go in. 458 though has to be careful. You still don't have that blink either on Red yet, so you haven't got that counter initiation potential. No blink on Yassi either. So there's really a lot of reliance on that baby on the Winter Wyvern to set up with the curse to try and get a nice call into Black Hole. Still though, we haven't seen that come out yet. Meanwhile, Nico Baby just pushing in the top lane, almost baiting the side of 496 forward. He does have supports right in the jungle. They are just waiting for them to try and have a go. And in fact, Vivian, he's stuck around. He does have Reincarnate KP. He doesn't run in with the Inkswell. Was afraid of that curse coming out. Still though, Mineski do posture around the jungle. They'll spot out Vivian once again, though Vivian has backed off far enough now, although maybe not. He's attacking Eidolon.
Radiant's
Look, they'll just steal the Wraith Fire Blast from him.
Dire has strengthened their structure.
Yassi. No, in fact, they're going to jump straight after that BB. Get rid of that Winter's Curse. But he is flying over the trees. A Sonic Wave comes out, but the Guardian Greaves from Yassi will keep him alive. Now the Cold Embrace as well, just trying to survive any more incoming magic damage. And so you will have that curse available for that next team fight, I suppose. It's still not going to save this tier 2 tower, though, which I suppose was the main point of the curse. So Mineski still get what they came for in the end.
Yeah, you see a nice push attempt from Vivian down mid, but you know, just rotate Moon down, and suddenly that push attempt is gone. They did manage to take that tier 1 down bot, but that's pretty much a dead lane at this point.
Vivian's in trouble as well. He does have Reincarnate once again, though Raw does come out from KB. Yassi is there with the Black Hole. He knows there's no Raw available now, so he wants to fight. 458 will move forward, gets the Astral off onto Moon. Now Black Hole will be committed. It's a very important pickup to get, and they will find it. Though it has been stolen as well. Looks like Raging did find the Black Hole with the Rubik. Again, it is a very easy ability to steal. And so now you've got to be worried for Raging Potato. He could just jump in anytime and surprise you with this Black Hole. In fact, he is getting pretty close to his own blink on the Rubik. So perhaps even just wait that out.
Yeah, again, you're not in such a rush as Mineski. Of course, all these kills and all these losses are starting to pile up. 496 now. Pretty close in net worth. Just a 1k lead for Mineski, and that's really down to Nico Baby's farm. He is still escalating, of course. He's got his Maelstrom up, working on his anti-style next. So he's just building up slowly but surely. And again, 496 is playing catch-up quite nicely. You're going to have that Radiance up in maybe about, again, 2 to 5 minutes at the worst. Probably around 2 to 3 minutes, ideally. And once that Radiance is up from Vivian, that might be enough for them to feel a bit more confident. Of course, the bigger things are blinks on their axe, which they do have now. So you have Red who can just jump in and do work.
They're not really in a position to counter this Roshan play, though, coming out from Mineski. They do scan it out, but how do you get there in time now? No TPs to boot either. They're just kind of sticking around that bot lane, and you've got some in the mid lane as well, but they're not even making their way there. Yeah, they're just going to allow it to go down. They just don't feel like they're ready to contest, and that's fair enough. Aegis will go the way of Moon on the Queen of Pain now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
With that, the net worth lead does swing Mineski's way once again.
The jungle has everything Axe desired.
Where's our Wraith King?
Radiant's
very close to that Radiance, Vivian. Should be able to find it just now after this Ancient stack. And Mineski, they've got to be careful how long they wait to initiate once again, right? Because you do have these blinks coming out now, and things just get more dangerous and dangerous. Because the Red's got his, the Enigma will have his very soon. You've got the Radiance available on Vivian as well. So there's a lot of big items coming out that are going to surprise the side of Mineski, I'm sure, the next team fight.
Definitely will. And, you know, if you take a look at Dodo Plus, Mike, I mean, there's actually a majority chance for 496 to win, and it has been in their favor for a while. I'm not sure what's up with that, but apparently they think that Mineski hasn't done enough, and it certainly does feel like that Evos in the last game was much more active than this. You have given a lot of space to 496. We didn't expect them to, but they certainly haven't quite played the draft the same way.
They jump in, Raging Potato, he found the Black Hole straight onto the OD. With that, no chance with the lift to get the Astral off. Can they find any more out of this though for Mineski? It was a massive pickup to find. Do you just go for a push now? Looks like they will make their way to that mid lane. They still have practically every ultimate available. And that is exactly what they plan to do.
Dire's middle tower is in the wrong end of business.
So the tier 2, no defense, will come out from 496. They're going to just hold out that high ground, it seems like. Mineski, do you just keep going for the other tier 2, or do you just go for a tier 3 now?
The tier 2 would be the safest bet. Yeah, the tier 2 would be the safest bet, but Oh.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Couldn't back off.
Try and go in. Yeah, bot shrine. They do TP in. Ninja Boogie gonna get Astral up and red again. Does have the blink initiation though. You've got a double damage jug there. They don't want to have to deal with that. He still has Omni Slash as well. They're gonna chase 458 on the OD once again. In fact, no, they'll go after Vivian instead. Inkswell, Nico Baby, but he's looking for the backlines right now. In fact, he's just going for a bit of a farm. They've left Vivian be. Astral will be there on KB though. Raw does come out, and now Nico, there's the Winter's Curse. They just want to save 458 though. Moon jumps in with the Shadow Strike. Yassi is there with the Black Hole ready to go, and the Blink Dagger as well, but he blinks out. And they just blink forward. Sonic Wave though will be avoided completely, but now the Winter's Curse has been stolen. Raging Potato, they're going to turn this all around. Cold Embrace comes out though. They keep Yassi alive. Meanwhile, Moon wants to get out. Black Hole does come out, but it's cancelled off immediately. Now it's been stolen. Raging Potato has it once again. He has his own blink as well. And with that, I mean, nobody dies, John, believe it or not. Everyone's still alive throughout all this. But it still feels like 496, they ended up using so much to find so little, whereas you've still got the Omni Slash available, you've got a Black Hole available, although Raging Potato is on cooldown from the last time, but still, just a lot of concerns again coming up from the Dire.
Definitely is, and you are starting to see, even with all these initiation tools from 496, it's not coming together. Like a while ago, Red blinks in, he got the call, but then 458, he astraled up the target of that call. I'm not sure if they were trying to go for that kill. There isn't a blade mail up on Red as well. In fact, he's going for the BKB first, so he's not gonna have that dumb damage back just yet, but he's targeting Ninja Boogie. Isn't gonna get that jump.
Red, he's just had such a difficult game on the axe. Even with that blink call, like, you're just so squishy as this hero right now. Just opted for the BKB, and you're still very, very far away from that. They are going to start pushing in that bot lane once again.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
496, I mean, I can't imagine they even try defending this. Looks like they probably won't. Then again, Mineski aren't really pushing it in that hard either. They're playing very cautiously.
They really are. Like, all this delaying is playing into 496. Of course, they have really caught up. Vivian is now #1 net worth. So you have given the space and time for 496 to match you in net worth. They have that net worth parity now. But Mineski's...
The Aegis expires as well. Moon doesn't have the Aegis anymore. You saw a smoke from 496, but I think they're on the same page as you, John. I'm sure they're more than happy to drag this out as long as possible. Mineski, I mean, you've got to wonder what the game plan is. They're still farming great on Nico Baby on the jug. He does have the mantra up, and he's going straight into that Mjolnir next. In fact, he's going for an Eye of Skadi first, so he's going to tank up quite a bit with those stats. The TP down bot as well. He understands KP's being chased down on the Beastmaster right now. 458 just doesn't seem to be able to find the Astral, but Wild Axes will make it a lot easier. Can they find him though? Yassi may just commit the Black Hole in 2 seconds once he has it, but they won't even need it. KP does end up going down. The rest of Mineski are making their way down, but they're going to be one hero down in this team fight if they do go in. Raging, his smoke does break. They spot out Nico Baby as well. You will be fighting into a 10-second BKB charge from Vivian if you're not too careful either. Vivian's just running down the bot lane now. He just doesn't care. Probably should turn his Radiance back on at this point. Looks like Raging is going to go for an Aghanim Scepter on the Rubik as well, so you're going to have some great steal potential coming out from that.
I mean, he has been on point with every single steal in the team fights. He's gotten a lot of big spells. Granted, they're not that hard to steal, but they have been game-changing. So once he has that Ags up, he's going to be able to do a lot more work in the middle of these team fights. And again, the game has slowed down. I mean, this is one of the slower games we've seen. 9 to 8 to 27 minutes in. Both teams are just playing really cautiously, but both teams understand as well. They have to win this game. They have to win this game to have a shot in that playoff stage. And it's much more pertinent for Mineski. It really shows in their gameplay as well. They've been taking it safe. They haven't been taking risks. They just want Nico Baby to farm up as big as he can before really committing to that high ground.
But Jug's not one of those carries though that just guaranteed wins you the game once he hits late game. Like, it's not like a Spectre, you know, one of those heroes where it's just impossible to kill her late game. We'll see how it pays off though. Mineski, they are going to start pushing in that bot tier too, though again, it is only going to be KP doing that work. The rest of the team just going to keep up.
Nice set of kills, 4-4-9-6. They might find more.
Middle tower is not safe.
4-5-8 setting up. Moon doesn't have much mana. He will have enough to blink away, at least for now. They are going to try and cut him off. Yassi, he has the black hole, and you know he's happy to commit it for this Queen of Pain. He will jump forward, but he won't be in range. With that though, they can go for this bot Rax. The creep wave is slowly making its way in.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks are in
With
danger.
that, Rax going down. No buybacks available on the side of Mineski right now.
Radiant's bottom.
So they're actually going to be able to claim a full set of racks, it looks like, on the side of 496. They might get another. Vivian does throw a stun out onto Moon. Now Yassi, does he commit the black hole? He does. He really wants his kill, though. There's the Roar coming out from KP immediately. Cancelling it off. It was a soulbind into the Roar as well. They'll still surely be able to claim this racks. It hasn't gone down yet, guys, but they are going to back off. Moon moving forward with the ink swell. We'll get more whiffs it and now goes down. Oh my. They did end up losing the racks in the end as well. That is just terrible news. And look at 496. They are just waiting for them to try again down in this bot lane. Nobody will show up though. Smoke. There. There was no vision from the Radiant side to spot that smoke out, though Nico Baby will break it immediately. Now they're jumping in, raging. Going to be the first target. KP as well. They're going after the... It does come out. It's a lot of damage, but there's the cold embrace. Yassi, he will survive. Astro on the OD as well will keep him alive. And 458 just wanting to get out of there now. Nico, who can he take down? Vivian looks like he will at least lose his first life. Can they turn around though? They don't have...